content creators and lovers of pop culture and toys got together on the internet and they started making noise. So everybody, let's join Jesse Arnold and his buddy Curtis Ackerman, because when indulging in fine geekery, it's always best to bring a friend or two. Everybody loves shooting the shell. Let's start shooting the shell. You're gonna love it now. Let's start shooting the shell. Just might make you say wow. Let's enjoy some fun conversation. We'll be shooting the shell around the nation. Let's start shooting the shell.
Woohoo!
Good morning, everyone. Curtis, you weren't even watching like the first half of the thing.
I was watching it on my phone. I was actually watching down. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why, but I was like, it's on the screen, but I'm sitting there looking at it on my phone.
I just realized I've been smelling syrup for the past like hour and a half.
Mm-hmm. Is it
and
on
I
your
just
beard?
went to, it's on my beard.
Nice.
I had waffles for dinner and
beautiful.
Yeah. So
I was talking to our buddy Emil this morning, and I was talking to him about candied bacon, and he had never heard of such a thing. So I think he's going to make sure he tries that next time he's out here in America. So
do you like yours with Skittles or lemon drops?
No, neither. Just some brown sugar, maybe a little maple syrup. But anyway, it's another Sunday. We got another great guest. We've got a bunch of people in the chat. I'll just start shouting them out. We got the Collector in the house. Got Purple Gang, as well as Wholesome Warlock. So I'm guessing Purple Gang is being represented by Van. But then there's also Van. So I don't know what the hell's going on. We've got Tanya McCoy. We've got Michael Casper, Jacob Forna, Dave Orkin, Joe Gonzalez, Kevin McCoy. We've got Eddie's out there, Jeff, Patrick, JMax77, Carver Customs, Eric LeBron. We got Kevin Maboots already in with a super chat, $1.99.
Hey,
all top shelf Kevin. Here. Thank you very much, Kevin. And Trevor, 1.6 shooter. Hey there, boys. Hey there, Trevor. Hey there to you. So,
oh boy.
No, well, we had to change the plans. We were supposed to have a different guest tonight, and there was
technically, our guest tonight was the original guest for this week.
Okay,
and I asked them to play it. If we could swap them for the other guest, and then things happened. So now the original guest is back,
but our other guest that was going to be here as a second attempt is going to be here next week, right?
Correct.
Okay, yes. So and we'll get to that later in the show. But right now we have.
Well, first of all,
that's where I was setting you up. Okay,
a warm digital welcome.
Nice.
For the one and only Dave Bennett. Welcome to the shelf, Dave.
Hey guys. How's it going?
Jesse nailed that warm digital welcome. He did not stumble over at all. I'm very proud of him. So
I got whatever complicated.
Yeah.
I got whatever phrase out on Friday night, so I think that kind of cleared the pipes for today. So
that's true. You've been working on some tongue twisters.
Yeah, something like that.
How you doing, Dave?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Yeah. I'm
digging the new song.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Really
yeah. Jeremy did a great job on that. So
very awesome.
Yeah. I wish the intro lived up to the song, but I did my best.
So Dave, we saw you at Legions Con. How was your time there? Did you have a fun time over the weekend?
That was awesome. It was, of course, I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do, but it was just amazing. I got to see so many people. I went 2022 was my first one. And when I went there, I was like so shy, so didn't really talk to a lot of people. So then 2023, I made it, my business to get in there and talk to people and say hi. And I had the best time. Beautiful. It was so incredible. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, we'll get
into
wait
for this year.
Yeah, we'll get into kind of what you've been doing since Legion's Con and
Brian,
kind of your journey and everything. But first, we do a little segment at the start of the show called Shelf Selections. So we're going to pull those up. We're going to talk through them. Jesse and I will throw out our comments. And if you've got anything that you want to share on it, Dave, feel free. If not, you don't have to. But here we go. So this one is one of my picks, and this is salvaged cargo. And he did the photograph, and this is a figure that he bought from a good friend of ours, friend of the show, Perry Merle Jr., Perry's Customs. So he did this amazing Calabas tribute, which, I did one for Legion's Con 2 years ago, but it didn't come out nearly as good as this one, in my opinion. Like, this is just a work of art. And I love not only the figure itself, but what he did here for the photography, just the scene and the kind of the dead trees in the background and the, kind of the darkness. It really looks like it's something out of that Clash of the Titans film. So I think the custom's amazing. The shot is amazing. So just really cool.
Yeah, this is great. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what all the pieces and parts are from, but I notice I'm pretty sure that's a Carver custom torch in the back, some sort of throne. But it just get lost. You just get lost in the image. It's such a cool, like the energy, the vibe, the lighting, where kind of the back is got that brighter light on it, so it's throwing his face in a little more shadows and stuff. Is a really cool custom and a really cool photo.
Yeah, he's got the head is from Teal Titan. They do that Calabas head, and then I like what he did. The one because in the movie he's got one hoof and one like foot, and so he's got that same kind of thing here, which you can't really see from the way the photo's cropped. But the one foot has a sandal on it, so I'm not sure where he got that sandaled foot, but that is really cool. And then he used, kind of the trident from Mythic Legions to attach to make that pitchfork kind of hand. It's really cool. So, Dave, any thoughts on this one?
I love that character. So just to see him like that in the photograph is awesome. He looks so cool.
Yeah. Joe says the shins are from Planetary Dog Toy. So if anybody knows where that sandaled foot is, let me know, because that's cool too.
I know PDT I think they have some sandaled feet when they did their like gladiators and Roman type characters last year, the year before. So I don't know if that's what it is, but it might be.
Gotcha. The next one is Jesse's.
So I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones Curtis threatened me with an avalanche of pictures this week. And I see what I do is I go through and I grab my pictures. I just snap pictures I like. And then if I don't send them in advance to Curtis, I just send the first 4 I find in my phone to Curtis so he can do the slideshow. So I'm sure I've had 3 or 4 other pictures that I grabbed this week that not for any valid reason other than they were further back in my phone. But this is Corona 4, our very own, the one and I don't know, Nate Strong. We all know him. We all love him. He's awesome. Posing Vorga in an awesome shot with some Star Wars figures and some other things. But everything looks like it belongs. And of course, posing her in the correct way or displaying her in the correct way with only, if even, I don't even know if the other pauldron's on, but that left arm's exposed, showing off that amazing tattoo. And I just love the lighting on this. Like, it feels like something right out of a show or a movie. So,
yeah, I mean, as anybody that was watching Purple Gang premiere last night knows, Jesse has some very strict rules for shelf selections. And one of them is that we can only do 4 pictures a week. And I had 6 going into the week. And so I was hoping that Jesse would pick 1 or 2 of my picks. That way they could still be on the show, but not count as my picks, if you guys know what I mean. This was one of them. I was going to put this on there because this guy, this Corona 4, up and coming photographer. I mean, this guy,
Never heard of him.
He's doing some pretty good work. And I think he's like on one of these other shows too. He's like a sidekick on one of the shows. And I think this just came out fantastic. I mean, I don't know if he got some help from anybody on putting this together, but it came out amazing. I mean, I love all the things in the background. He did create like this whole scene with this. Definitely got that tat showing front and center. Perfect positioning on it. So
is the droid giving her the tattoo? Is that the vibe we're getting?
That's what I kind of got from it. Yeah. I mean, that may not be right, but that's what it looks like to me. But I just think this is a great scene, and that guy, he's going places. So Corona 4, good job. Keep it up, man. So
I'm so sorry, Nate.
Dave, you got anything on this one?
I saw this one on the Cabal. This one is awesome. I really like this one. It totally looks like he's given tattoos now instead of death probing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd much rather have my droids giving me tattoos than probes. So
I mean,
sure.
depends on how clean the equipment is. Can still be a death probe. Yeah,
that's true. That's true. Here is my next one. This is Warrior Evans on Instagram, Warrior_Evans. They were talking in the comments that you put on there that they had gotten this cable, the Mezco cable. They were appreciative somebody had helped them score one. And I just thought this was an amazing shot, like just him kind of coming through that, that gate, traveling through time. And, on the other side, you got Wolverine and Bishop there kind of out of focus. And I don't know how he's set up. I think there might have been behind the scenes on it. I should have probably taken more time to look at it. But the way that gate is set up is just super cool. It's like very trippy, the way that looks. And I don't know how much of that is normal effects and how much of it is post-production, but I just think that looks really cool.
It is a really cool picture. I love the like you were saying, kind of that Stargate vibe that the portal is giving off. This, like the mist effect in front made out. I don't know if that's something that was custom made, like out of wax or like hot glue or something, or if that's a piece someone makes. It's really cool looking. And the background,
I feel like I've seen that before. I've seen that out there somewhere. Someone makes that kind of thing. But this could be original. I don't know.
And
awesome,
the effect behind it looks like a light shining into. I don't want to just say plastic. It's almost like a lighting cell or something like that that's been crumpled and folded, or like we saw the one of Superman last week or the week before, where he was doing the freeze breath and it was just the saran wrap crinkled around. Luther. It looks like a more rigid type of plastic.
There is I would actually I just pulled it up to look at the behind the scenes. I think we're gonna have to pull this up on Instagram when you get a second, Jesse, if you can, because I've never have any luck doing that on a computer. But the behind the scenes, I don't know what this thing is or where it's from, but I would like to pull it up on the screen to get a better look at it, because somebody else may be able to give us some more info on it. It's pretty cool looking. So when we get done here, if you could pop that on, that would be awesome.
Sure.
Here's Jesse's next one. And this is Phoenix_Force_creations.
Are you going to tell people what I think about it too? Or are you going to let me read off my?
Just go ahead, sir. I thought you looked like you were distracted. So I was just,
Oh, so yeah, this is Phoenix Force Creations. This is I thought I was following them before I screenshotted this, but I don't think I was. I think I followed it immediately afterwards. But they do a lot of amazing Marvel customs, and the Storm. Like I didn't really like the whole Storm being married to Black Panther, because I think she's way cooler than that. Not that Black Panther's not cool, But if anything, he's lucky to be married to her. But this shot with like the pedals in the wind and all the details they put, because like there's very little besides like the base parts of this figure that are original parts. Like there's so much added to like the hair and the crown and the dress and everything, and it's incredible.
Wow,
I just love.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I was looking at the like one of the photos that they've got for this, because I was making sure that I was following them, and it looks like they did some actual like sculpting work on the hair, on the body.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did a lot of like clay work on this thing. That's amazing. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So, and again, one of the reasons we do this is to help get other people to go check these accounts out. So if you're on Instagram, freeze frame these or jot them down or go like them on your phone while you're watching this or whatever. That's one of the, I mean, not that a lot of these people probably need any help from us, but every new eye is a potential new fan for someone. So, or someone to get inspiration from them. So yeah. Yeah.
He's got 29,000 followers. So I think he's doing pretty well. So
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no, this is amazing. I think it's a great shot. It's obviously, I don't know what, or I didn't immediately recognize what base figure it came from. So I didn't realize how much work was involved in this when you first sent me the picture. But just looking at the amount of work that he had to do sculpting wise on top of the full paint. That's amazing. That's a lot of hours and love put into that. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then to put it together with this, shot the way that it is pretty neat as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is mine. And this is Ham and Max. And I'm kind of an idiot sometimes. I don't know if you've noticed this, Jesse. We had one of his on, I don't know if it was last week, I think it was the week before, where it was kind of the buff Santa. He had the Father Christmas and, it had the white beard on it. And I said, at the time, I would have liked to see it with the brown beard. I think it would have looked even maybe cooler. So he put this picture out there in the Cabal, and like an idiot, I forgot completely like the connection of who people are in the Cabal versus what their Instagram account is. And so I'm like, do you have an Instagram account? And he's like, yeah, like basically like, are you stupid? And yes, I am. So yeah, this is it. He basically took this barbarian look, took the Father Christmas coat off of it, obviously, put the brown beard head on it, and turned him into like this, cool wizard guy. And I didn't even realize that it's, the same person. But yeah, it's awesome. I think it just shows some of the diversity in these parts, like even something that's as recognizable as like Father Christmas. You put it on a different body with some other parts, and you put it in a shot outside, and next thing you know, it's like you don't even see Father Christmas. You just see this, this muscle bound, wizard. So yeah, really cool. But yes, I am stupid, just so you know. So.
For the record, no one else, at least Dave hasn't had a chance to say anything about it yet, but no one else has called you stupid yet in this.
Oh, I know. I'm fully aware.
That's all.
I would never call you stupid.
Never. Yeah, the thing is, you don't have to, because we know it's a given. So. But your thoughts on this?
Say, though, I really like this photo. I love the outdoor photos, and when they can make it look like in scale, it's totally awesome. I love that so much.
Yeah, I really like this one too. It's fun. I like, again, I admire the bravery putting a 2.0 loin piece on a 1.0 figure. And the crystal ball, like just the whole concept of like a jacked muscle bound barbarian as a wizard is just hilarious to me. And like hilarious in a good way, not a ridiculous way.
It works though. Yeah.
It worked. Like it shouldn't work, but it works.
I don't know where that crystal ball came from. It could just be a jewelry piece, could be from another character. I don't know where that came from, but I got the vibe like from Labyrinth, where David Bowie is like kind of, twirling it around his hand and stuff. That's kind of what I thought was going on here. Like he's just like, like twirling this ball around, and it's got a really great reflection on it in the picture that I think is cool. So yeah,
absolutely.
All right, next one is Jesse's, because he
Oh,
didn't want
talking
to
about-
be, he wanted to outdo me with a Father Christmas pick. So
Yeah, I secretly contracted Kevin Boots to make this picture this past week so I could up your. No, I love that he's using the gold helmets that came in the retailer exclusive Father Christmas with the retail Father Christmas. Looks like most of the build, or at least the jacket and stuff. But yeah, just with the white beard and everything, like I've really been keeping like the red and white Father Christmas out on my display. But after seeing this picture with the white beard and everything, kind of makes me want to redo him with the green hood and everything to get that version of Father Christmas out there, which I just love this. The Gold Knights looks like he's got Artemis's bow and everything. And yeah, it's just a really cool shot. Again, outside, snow, trees. I'm right there with you, Dave. That always grabs my attention.
yeah, it looks like he took like the old school armor too, the 1.0 armor, and then has it painted like red and green, like red with green stripes, which is really cool. So yeah, I like that a lot. That's awesome. Cool.
I love that coat too. I think I love that coat more than the red and white one.
Yeah.
It's just something about it. It's more woodsy and more, I don't know, it fits in a lot better.
I think the red one looks better closed with the belt, but open like this, I think the green one looks better. Like I think it looks better kind of flowing and open for sure. So yeah, cool. Here is my next one. And this is another one that I was hoping Jesse would pick as well. I was like, there's no way he's not going to pick this, but he didn't. So this is mine. And I'm going to out Fuzzmonk the Fuzzmonk King. This is Average Guy Collects with, I can't remember the name of this character. I think it's Thistlebottom or something.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, just really cool. Has like that little hooded cloak, which I think is neat on it. I'm not sure what the papers are that he's holding in his hand. Looks like it could be like a wanted poster or something like that, or treasure map. Who knows? I don't know. And there probably was words to it, but I don't freaking read. So I don't know, but I like to keep the mystery in my brain. Yeah, I just like to feel like this Thistlebottom is on a nice little adventure, So
I'll say the reason I didn't pick this one is I don't believe I saw this one. I don't know if I've been following Average Guy Collects.
Jesse,
but
I'm
I will
throw
be.
your own words back at you, because this was in our Meeps chat, and maybe if you checked out our Meeps chat, you would know. Remember when you threw that at me about Captain Firebeard Baker? Well, touche, my friend, touche.
Yeah, but he's a guy who's in there commenting regularly. We get tons of posts in there, and yeah, sometimes I miss individual posts, not entire people.
All right.
If you're telling me Average Guy Collects is in that chat, I will totally eat those.
But somebody did post it in there.
Okay.
So what do you think of this, Jesse?
I think it's great.
Thistlebottom is one of your favorite characters, though, right?
Yes, Thistlebottom is one of my favorite characters. Again, like the last couple of pictures, the outside, the trees, Dave, like you said, with the making it look in scale and like it fits. It doesn't look unnatural in the setting it's in, and I think that's supposed to be like a book or something, maybe in his hand, like an embossed book, like someone made a custom like volume of some sort, is what it looks like to me.
Okay.
But yeah, I love that kind of like ranger cloak on him. It's something I've been wanting to get a fabric like that kind of hood for Thistlethorn, but I don't want to cover up his pauldrons, so I'm just gonna have to wait for a version 2 of him to come out.
Yep. I was I'll tell you about a conversation I had with a buddy later on. I got something to tell you, Jesse. Dave, you got anything on this one?
Again, an outside pick. Love the faux log that's standing beside him. It really makes it look in scale. So I think that was perfect. Genius.
And what do you think about the character Thistlebottom? Are you a fan?
I've never heard of that guy. I don't think anybody likes him.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, picking a side, Dave. Picking a side. I see how it is.
All right. And
actually, I love him. I was so excited to get him when I got him last year. So.
And because awesome. Jesse wants to one-up me again on a pick, he's got his own Fuzzmonk picture. So go ahead, Jesse.
Because I don't know what your pictures are. People take everything Curtis says about me on this show with like a cattle farm size salt block, not a grain of salt.
All right.
I don't know what Curtis picks because he took over doing the slides like after the second or third time we did this. He's like, hey, why don't you let me do the picks?
Yeah, because you do everything else. I needed to do something to carry my weight so you didn't try to replace me like you were yesterday.
Well, just mind your tongue. But no, this is an awesome custom from Brian Carver Customs right here in the chat. Yes, you do know this, Fuzzmonk. I've been waiting to see someone do kind of like an assassin Fuzzmonk with that Wolf King, or I got mine from Wolf King. I know it wasn't made available to a lot of people. But I just really love this combo of parts and the sleek down kind of like bare arm. I mean, it looks like it's clothing on this character, because it's not the fur, but I really dig this custom. And giving him a nice scar over his eye. The first Fuzzmonk custom I did the same thing on the other eye. So that really piqued my interest as well. And I just think this is a fun custom. And Brian, if you decide to sell this, let's have a conversation.
Yeah, this is really cool. I like the scar. I like the red, like the kind of the brightness of it. It's not like a faded scar that, it's almost like he threw some war paint on it as well. The two different color eyes, it's heterochromia. It's a mutation. It's a groovy mutation. That was our first class reference for all you folks.
I'm pretty sure the eye with the scar is because it's been damaged.
I know. Fight. I was referencing X-Men First Class. So
I don't know why.
Sorry. It's a good movie. It's probably the best X-Men movie. So
no, it's definitely not.
There's no. I mean, the X-Men movies aren't that great, and that's probably the best one. But anyway,
okay, I can accept that. I can accept that.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I like this. I like the torso, the use of the torso here, the blades on the chest. He just kind of looks like a very tiny, quick, stealthy assassin guy that, you don't even know that he's there until he's, doing some damage to you. So I think this is really cool looking.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I like the colors on it.
Yep. And that is it for shelf selections. So there you go. Two Father Christmases, two Fuzzmonks.
Working on his nemesis now.
Oh boy. All right. That works.
Very cool.
That works. Can you pull up that Warrior Evans one real quick just so we can look at it? Because
I was just going to say I've got that pulled up. It looks like some sort of I can't make it any bigger, so don't ask.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. Is that like from a toy line, or is that something you think he made?
I don't know. It looks like something out of a vacuum to me.
Oh, okay.
With like again, I said cells earlier, and I believe Steph hit me with the right word in the comments. Gels, like a lighting gel, like those clear things they put over like set lights. But there's definitely something crumpled up in that container with a light behind it.
Like to address a comment from the chat. Purple Gang, why didn't Jesse paint with us today? Is he still bullying you, Curtis? First of all, Jesse does not bully me. We are great buds. Almost, I would say family, really, at this point. Jesse was actually working on the intro that you guys saw at the start of the show today. We got a banger of a song from Jeremy DeWitt, and Jesse was working on the animation, so you guys would have some fun animation to look at. So he was busy. He was doing some stuff, and I appreciate him for his efforts. So, Jesse, is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
No, that's
okay. Joseph Martinez says Logan is the best X-Men movie, and we appreciate your opinion even when they're wrong. So thank you. All right. Beautiful. Dave. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Jesse.
Yes, sir.
No, was there anything else on this before I?
No, I just was. If anybody knows what that's from or has any idea, I would love to know what that's from. If it's from a vacuum or if it's from a toy line or if you think he made that, because I think that's really super cool. So I'd love to have a little.
If he made that, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's with the Sorceress and my He-Man collection, whether it's with Cosmic Legions, I think having a fun light up portal like that would be pretty cool. That's true. They were.
Great, yeah.
They were. Yeah. Yeah.
So is Anakin and
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
People like Logan out there. Okay.
We're not starting any fights tonight, Curtis. No, we're not starting fights tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a little overrated, but that's all right. It's okay. It's cool. You can like what you want. That's basically my main point. So, Dave, right now, top of your head, best X-Men movie.
It's hard to say because they're not fantastic movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I would probably say, I want to say, I like that one because it had everybody in it.
Which one?
Days of Futures Past.
Okay.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Yeah. I thought that one was the best one because it had everybody in it. So
they had a couple cool Sentinel fight scenes. I'll take that.
Right.
So. Yeah. All right. So what do we got? What do we got on schedule tonight, guys? Jesse? What are we going to talk about with Dave? We want to talk about his journey post Legions Con. Where do we want to start?
Well, let's get a couple quick things in, before we get real heavy into the current stuff. Dave, what's some stuff like you're into toys now? Like, give us a little bit of the toy journey, like kids stuff you liked as a kid. When did you get out? Did you stay collecting the whole time? Like that kind of spiel.
All right. Yeah. So I guess I started when I first saw the first Star Wars movie, and I Star Wars figures, and I was obsessed with them. I would make my mother take me to the toy store, and I would sit there for like an hour trying to pick out the exact right figure, and finally get it home and play with it. And I think from there I collected for a while until I was a teenager. Then I kind of got out of it for a while, did the teenager thing and everything. Didn't leave. And then I started collecting the 3.5-inch Marvel figures. I don't know if you remember those. I can't remember who put them out, but got a whole bunch of those. And then I think
you talking about like the Secret Wars ones back in the day, back in like the 80s?
No, not the. Oh, I did collect those too, but not the Secret Wars ones. Ones that were, I think, somewhere in the early 2000s era, somewhere.
Oh, the Marvel Universe.
Yes,
I think that was Hasbro.
Okay.
Yeah, they seem like a Hasbro product. Collected those. Then I started, I took a break, came back, did Black Series for a long time. Then I found Mythic Legions, like kind of dropped everything.
Okay.
So
that was.
I remember I was on Big Bad Toy Store, and I kept seeing this skeleton, and I was like, God, that looks really cool, but I don't know what it is. And I said, all right, I'm just going to buy this and see what it's like. And the second I got him in my hand, I was like, I'm sold. I'm done.
Now,
Put a
let
fork
me
in me.
ask you a question with that, Dave. As far as like getting into Mythic Legions, it was over. Did you do one of those things where you kind of lied to yourself, like a lot of us do, where you go, "Yeah, I'm just gonna do the skeletons. I'm not gonna do the orcs. I'm not gonna do the dwarves. I'm not gonna do this and that. I'm just gonna do skeletons, maybe some vampires or whatever." And then you're like, "Oh, I'll get one dwarf, or I'll get one this and that." And then next thing you know, you're collecting it. Is that kind of how it went?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm like, I really, Jason and the Argonauts, all that stuff, really love the skeletons. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to get the skeletons. I really like them. Oh, that goblin looks kind of cool. And from there was just downhill. So
Yeah, that's
now
how
I
they
can't
get you.
stop.
That's how they get you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
they're really the best like dealers in the business. Like any good dealer, they're gonna give you that first little taste, and then once you
Yeah.
get it, man, you're hooked. And that's what it is. Like, hey, try out this goblin. We'll give you a great deal at our regular direct price. You even get you get it a little bit cheaper. Just try one. Yeah, okay, all right, that's it.
Which, real quick, before we
But-
jump on further into that story, someone made a point, and I want to bring it up. Folks, you have a little over an hour and a half. Wait, can I math right? 30 minutes till 9. 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You have about 2.5 hours, right?
Yep.
To get your pre-orders in for the Rising Suns waves. So all the stuff they revealed at G-Con in November, at Legions Con weekend. So Atlas, the different weapons packs, Bolivar the Bear, Broder, all of these awesome figures are up for pre-order until 11 p.m. tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern tonight. And then it'll be open to retailers to order for a couple of weeks. Yep, and I saw this. The Bear is 85 direct pre-order from the Horseman. After that, it'll be 120 through the retailers. So that's a $35 difference. So yeah, if you've been debating getting anything from Four Horsemen Direct and any of these jump out at you, make sure you go jump on this before this show ends or within an hour of this show ending. If we end at normal time.
Did you guys both place your orders?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay. Dave, did you place an order?
I haven't. I've really wanted to, but I just can't swing it right now. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and maybe pick them up next time they come around in Legions Con or I'm gonna wait. I want them, but I can't do them right now.
So since I'd gotten in the line, I had been getting, ordering directly from the Horsemen, placing my pre-order, getting some extras from them. And then, little like early last year, one of my good friends became a retailer. And I started just kind of, try to support him and going through him and stuff. And so the last few waves, I haven't ordered directly from the Horsemen. I've just gone, the retailer route. And I haven't gotten any of those waves yet because that was just started last year. But I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, I'm gonna all these people are being given their packages and they're gonna be opening them, and I'm gonna be waiting for the retailer ones. And I don't like to wait. Like, I'm kind of impatient. So with this one, I had to place an all-in. I figured I'd do an all-in from the Horsemen, and then any extras I wanted, I would get from my buddy from the retailer side. That way, at least I have an all-in to open, and then kind of do the rest from there. So I think that's probably going to be my strategy going forward. Just do it one all-in from the Horsemen and get extras from retailers. So
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know.
Well, the night's not over. I still have time. So
yeah, that's true. You got 2.5
I may
hours.
change my mind on some.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I definitely
look at
want
this.
to.
Look at this from Dorklayer. For today, you can get the Bear and Atlas for 122. Tomorrow, it'll be 120 just for the Bear. So for $2 more today, you get the figure and the Bear. So that's a pretty good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, granted, that's not including shipping and taxes and all that jazz,
Right.
which is normal from any company. That's we're not going to dive into all that stuff. But yeah, the Bear is going to be more, and I'm in the same boat with Dave. I'm going to wait. I'll get some from some of the retailers and the shows. Again, I live close enough.
Yeah,
that
you're
getting
in
to a
the,
couple
you're in
shows
that
a
East
year.
Coast range. What about you,
okay.
Dave? Where are you located?
I am in Milford, Connecticut.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm pretty
Okay.
close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only
Yeah.
about 2 hours from Jersey.
Yeah, I
So
think
not
that
bad.
kind of changes the whole FOMO thing. If you're close enough that you think you might be able to
Right.
attend even a couple shows
Yeah.
like throughout the year, I think that probably
Mhm.
changes some of the buying strategies. Like
Yeah,
here
I
in the
think you're right.
Midwest, I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely.
I can't. I think there's one toy show like every 2 months, and I think the only thing I've ever seen is maybe a couple builders there. Like they really don't have anybody that has Mythic Legion. So
Yeah.
yeah, you got to have your plans together, folks. So cool, awesome.
I think I've made my peace with not getting in the pre-order this time. So.
Yeah,
It's like this. I will get the entire wave at some point, and several of them I will get multiples of.
Mhm.
I mean, I want multiples of every single one of them for, obviously to have as the characters themselves, but customizing and stuff as well.
There are so
Especially
many
the
good
horse
pieces in this
and the
line.
bear. Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
want to. We did have a super chat, and I don't want to forget
Oh,
about
yeah.
that here. Purple Gang $1.99. Dave, what is your favorite color, and why is it purple?
Well, it's purple because purple is purple. Purple
Okay.
gang.
There you go. Hey, you
There it is.
didn't need much more than that. So
There you go.
do we want to pull up that wave, Jesse, and just kind of take a look at it and see, like, as far as like you were talking about, wanting some for customs and stuff. Do we want to talk about some of that with Dave, or?
Well, we'll come back to that
Okay.
later on. Let's get into Dave's story a little bit more.
Okay.
So you're saying through was the skeletons, and how long ago was it that you got into Mythic Legions? Was it 2 years ago?
I think it'll be 2 years in March that
2 years,
I
okay.
started. Yeah. So coming up on my 2
March
year
seems like
anniversary.
that's a good year, because I got my first Mythic Legion on St. Patrick's Day 2021.
Okay.
It arrived St. Patrick's Day. I got it a couple of days earlier off eBay because I waited and I missed out on it. And I didn't even really know what they were yet at that point.
We've got a $1.99 super
figure?
chat from Mr. Echevarria.
What's up, G?
Figured that out last night. Didn't say anything though. So yeah, just thanks.
I think
Appreciate
he's
the $1.99.
making sure we know that Deadpool was his favorite X-Men movie from earlier.
Okay. Yeah.
No, okay. So about 2 years ago in March, and Curtis, help me! I just blanked.
Well, what do you like? So from then till now, what is your collection built itself to look like? Like, what do you have the most of? Obviously, you said the skeletons kind of brought you in. Is that what you have the most of, or have you kind of expanded and now you're, mostly with something else?
I've expanded, but I still think I have the most skeletons, and believe it or not, Xylernia's flock.
Oh,
I never thought I was going to be, loving them, but I don't know what happened. They're awesome.
yeah, Thistlebottom
fell in love
boys.
with them, so I got a lot of them.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Are you kind of like, do you like the elves, or is it more like the animals in there, or the like what is the draw to Xylerna?
I kind of like it all. I like the elves, although I don't really have any of the 2.0s. Like the ranger, I can't. I'm hoping to like get a good deal on him someday, but I haven't seen anything coming up. I'd love to get one of them. I don't know. I like the colors of the figures. I like the moose is fantastic, and I like that they're very eclectic. They have 1.0s, 2.0s. They're kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, Wholesome
So,
Warlock comes in
they're
here
cool.
with a hot take. Xylonis Flock, definitely one of the top 10 factions. So there you go. They're in the top 10. That's pretty good. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Xylonis Flock is my personal favorite too. I personally I love the like the organization of Noble Bear, where it's more like the ragtags. We don't fit anywhere. We just kind of come together and we're doing our
Yeah.
own thing.
Right.
Like the royalty side of Xylonis Flock isn't like as much my jam, but I love like you were saying, like the color, the variety of characters
Mm,
and
yeah.
species and everything in it, I think is
Yeah. This
Well,
is
we know
pretty
that.
much
Oh, there you go.
my stuff right there
nice.
and right there.
That's cool.
Sweet.
So that's
So we
Most
know
of it.
Jesse's favorite in Xylonis Flock is Thistlebottom. What's your favorite character in that faction?
I definitely like Thistlethorn.
Oh yeah, that is his brother, I think.
I mean, yeah.
Which one? What? I missed it.
Thistlethorn.
I don't know.
That's
I don't
his
want to be a
brother.
copycat, but I've made a few customs for Xylonis Flock too, so
Mhm.
they're fun.
There's
let's see.
nothing wrong with liking the same character.
No, that's fine.
There's this
Oh,
guy.
nice. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
cool.
great.
Yeah, that's cool.
I even made his feet dirty.
Nice. Yeah, I think my favorite. We got some folks out here. Some people said Bardrick. Joe said Dubon. I think I
Yeah,
like Balin
definitely.
Frostbow the best. Yeah, I really
Yeah.
like her look and the
Another
the
one I
soft
don't have.
goods and yeah, she's a really cool one. But I do have a custom. Let me grab this real quick. You guys can go ahead and carry on. Let me grab this real quick.
So talking about factions, obviously we know the stuff that is coming out. What of the
Right.
Necronominous skeletons? What's one or two from like the Necronominous and the All-Star 6 wave that you're most excited for skeleton wise?
I'm very excited for that to come out because of the new skeletons and just the new articulation and everything. It's going to be amazing. And Necronominous himself is going to be so fantastic. I can't wait to get him.
All right, let me show you this.
That's going to be fun as
little
well.
custom I got here. This is a Jeremy Gerard armored up Xylona.
Ooh.
Yeah. I just thought that was kind of cool. I saw him. He had well, where was? Oh, there we go. No, that's right. There we go. I think it was on Legion Shop that he put that up one time. And I just thought that was cool. Like her normal look is okay, but like just having her kind of like getting ready for battle, I thought was a little neat. So, but yeah, definitely
get a
faction for sure.
I hope we get a version 2 of her where she's bigger, either brute or ogre scale. Like, maybe not full on ogre. Maybe it's something in between.
Yeah.
But where she's got more of that like fluffy fur look to her, like the faction symbol, and because I'm not trying to insult anyone's skills because I cannot sculpt those at all, but like that head gives me more like sheep vibes.
Okay.
And I really like that kind of more fuller looking head that feels more, I don't think she's like a god or goddess, but like more, I don't know. I just really like that look to that symbol. So it'd be cool to see her and all the great beasts like in bigger, more anthropomorphic forms.
Like she hulked up.
Standard. She doesn't even have to be like bulky, just like bigger, like
Don't make Xylona angry. You wouldn't like her when she's angry.
Well, like I said before, there's that Xylona's Flex.
Yeah, there you go.
T-shirt on the Horseman
gym
site or the Retro Rags. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hitting that woodland gym.
So Necronominous is one of your most anticipated of the new skeleton stuff. What's something you would like to see that hasn't been really maybe touched on yet, or or something you'd like to see that hasn't been made yet? Whether it's a a specific type of dwarf or a creature they've not done at all, just something you would like to see.
I'm not even sure. I think a griffin would be really cool.
Ooh,
So I wouldn't mind
okay.
seeing that, or maybe like little companion animals.
Oh,
for,
companion
for some of the
animals.
guys instead
Yeah.
of just the
That'd be nice.
birds. But I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I would
So,
totally.
I love the wolves that come with the Snake Eyes figure from G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
So I would love to see some mythic versions of that kind of stuff. I think would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Because I love the Beastman movie. I want like 2-scale ferrets, because he's got his 2 ferrets that he uses in that movie to like sneak into things and like see through their eyes and stuff. Yeah, I'd love to see some like 2-scale ferrets that someone could wear on their shoulder or something.
There you go.
I could see that.
You want a rideable ferret though?
I have a rideable ferret. Well, I mean, my figures have a rideable ferret. I do not, but
That would be interesting.
yes.
Yeah, if I was gonna go with, I don't know, Cower Bannog would be cool. That'd be a cool animal for sure.
Did you just look that up?
No.
Oh, what?
From Holy Grail, the killer rabbit. Yeah, that would be. I would definitely, like blood, the bones.
Run away!
Yeah. So, but no. Yeah. I mean, some wolves. I don't know. Maybe like some Wolverine, honey badger. Little things, some little critters. Do some 2-packs,
like
something like that.
Critters pack would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be neat.
I mean, even if they did
I'd
like
to see,
go ahead, Dave.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if we could see a couple of the ones that they've done the skeletons for, we've got like the snake, the vulture, the chimera.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see like fully fleshed out versions of those.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'd like to see some more goblins, like maybe not a whole goblin wave, but maybe like a goblin dwarf wave or something like that. Would be kind of fun, because I do like it really fun.
Trevor makes a good point. Honey badger don't care at all. So
I will say this. I know Jeremy and Joe, they didn't, I'm not speaking for them. This is no insider knowledge, but I felt they were strongly hinting that there might be some sort of goblin builder pack in the future.
Oh, nice.
On during the pop and swap show on Wednesday night for the they're like, the dwarves have made their voices known. The goblins are again, it wasn't a direct confirmation, but it seemed like they were strongly hinting that is something that will happen down the road.
I would be up for that. That would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know that this one has as much of a chance of getting in. Purple skin cosmic walrus pirate with a mohawk and an eye patch. That just seems a little specific. I mean, I'm not saying it won't happen, but I just don't know about that one. So, yeah. So with that Necronominus, and then obviously last year, they did the whole year of Necronominus. So it went, from the Necronominus wave into the All-Stars, and they had some more knights and skeletons and stuff. Yeah. Out of all the skeletons that are coming, and even the knights that are coming with skeleton heads, what's the thing out of all of that? As a skeleton fan, what's the one that you look at that you're like, that's the one I'm most looking forward to?
Were you not paying attention?
No, I did. Did he say that already?
Yeah, we already asked this question.
What did he say? Did I miss that?
Change it up. Tell him something different.
Yeah, tell me something different. No, what did you say? I missed that.
What's the Maxily?
The harvester
would be awesome, because he's so versatile. You can do so much stuff with him. You dress him down. He's just a skeleton. You can turn him into death. You can do so many things with him.
Are you planning to army build that one, like with a bunch of different looks?
Yeah. I think that would be really cool. That would be a lot of fun.
I know you were talking about like Jason and the Argonauts earlier. I think it would be cool to just have a bunch of those, like where it's just kind of like a bear skeleton with no armor, no nothing, just a shield, a sword,
and shield.
Yeah,
Yep.
And
That would
put
be
him
awesome.
in those, like that like how they moved very jerky, like the stop motion animation and stuff, like have them in like those kind of poses where they're just like a little awkward looking. That would be kind of cool. So
I think if they ever, like, I've seen on YouTube some people like smooth out the film and make them move better. I don't like that.
No, I think they're more
I want them to be
yeah.
jerky, and that's how I remember them. So I really like that way they move.
I think it's more creepy when a skeleton moves like that too. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I agree.
And it's just the bones just, they shouldn't be able to move, but they are moving. So there's friction, on those bones. So like they're getting caught on like little spurs and little chunks and stuff. Yeah. It's not like they're greased up or anything. Well, I mean, Vans might be.
Yeah. It's like when I think I've heard you talk to people, Jesse, where they're like talking about like the shin bones on or whatever, the bones are like a little thick on the skeletons in Mythic Legion. You're like, yeah, they're walking around as skeletons. Like, none of this is real. None of this should work. So,
well, it's like, and what Scapular 2 comes with the
blowgun.
The blowgun, and like the ones with beards. It's like I mean, they're walking, talking skeletons. At some point, like your suspension of disbelief is allowing skeletons, but not beard on the jaw, or like a blowgun to work.
I guess it's where you draw your reality line in the sand,
So now I just want to give all my skeletons like air-powered devices. So like I'm going to get a whole bunch of like bagpipes and just like woodwind instruments, like just make them a jazz quartet or something. Or
there you go. Well, you got the trumpet from Father Christmas, so there's a start.
Yeah, give one of them.
Use reanimate. I like that.
Give one of them the Green Ranger dragon dagger for them to blow on.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Some of the people out there know what I'm talking about.
No, I know. I don't. I know we talked about it the other night, but I still don't get it.
All right.
That's okay.
That's cool.
No, I said between those waves, what was Dave initially said Necronominous. I think you were.
Yeah. Sorry.
Pulling up a comment or something. Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, we don't Van, I appreciate the $1.99, but we don't talk about Jesse's basement.
No, we're gonna read it. We're gonna read it because we're
all right,
people of what do you call that? Integrity here.
Okay.
Van Johnson with a $1.99 super chat. I bet Jesse has greasy bones in his basement. For the record, I wasn't saying that Van's bones were greasy. I meant like his skeleton, because he was talking about lubing stuff up on Purple Gang last night. I was just making a throwback to his previous comments.
Gotcha.
His Greco-Roman.
I haven't watched that yet. I'm a little scared to watch it.
So are you saying that you do have a basement, or because you didn't deny it in that comment, or are you saying you don't have a basement?
I feel like that ship has sailed. Like that conversation has been had. I don't want to, take time away from our guests every week.
Okay.
Van, if you start talking about my basement next week with Eric, you're getting kicked out of the episode.
Oh,
sorry.
wow.
Throw that out. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I only ever accidentally kicked someone out.
That's sassy true. Jesse.
Yeah. You're getting set up Jesse next week when Eric's here. Yeah.
I'm kidding. Yes.
Nice. So what are we thinking for this year? Like we went through all the G-Con waves where they did the verses, we've got all the factions versus each other. G-Con comes up this year. Do they introduce a new faction? Do they go and revisit old ones? Do they give us some sort of like kind of wild card G-Con where they throw in stuff from different factions? What are you guys thinking? We'll start with you, Dave. Like what's your predictions for this year? What do you think is on the card?
I don't know if it's on the card, but I would like to see, all the the good guy. We got the Dark Four, and now I'd like to see, you know, the other side, and maybe have them come out with a bunch of other figures from, you know, their faction. So I think that would be kind of cool. And, you know, maybe do it that way. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
What about you, Jesse?
I'm going to agree with Dorklair here. A story-based wave with mixed factions.
Yeah.
So where I'm hoping it would be maybe kind of hero focused, like more heavy on the heroic characters. And you know, you've got a ragtag group of the heroes that have come together. So we just got, you know, the new Atlas. So maybe we get some new characters from like the big, like the more militant, the more like official factions, like in the heroic side, you know, a couple, like one or two characters from each, and then maybe like a one or two like bigger villain pieces, like maybe an uber-sized troll or something, or some new creatures, or completely like I think Steph just said wild cards is something completely unexpected, you know, with a couple new things peppered, like maybe a couple V2s or current faction characters, but like a whole new thing this year. But I think it'll be very story focused for sure.
Yeah, I like the idea of a story wave. I think, you know, I wasn't around collecting this line when they did the Covenant of Shadows, but hearing Jeremy read that story this past year made me really excited for that and really enjoy that wave just based on the story that was around it. So I think something like that would be really cool, but I hope we see some wild shit. Like I want to see like a new troll body that, like, you know, completely different from what we've seen before, maybe even like an armored troll. I want to see gnomes. I want to see like gorgons. Like, give me some wild, crazy shit. As far as, you know, like where it's at, what factions, whatever, like as long as it's a good story and you're giving me some crazy stuff, I think that would be awesome. So, and yeah, a dragon at some point. I think we will see a pre-order for a dragon this year. I don't think it'll be at G-Con. I think that, you know, if they did a dragon, I think that would have to be kind of the whole wave. And I don't see them doing a 5-hour G-Con for one figure. So I think that would probably be earlier in the year, but this is, you know, no insider knowledge. This is just my guess. Or, you know, maybe they do the whole G-Con wave and then they tease a dragon at the end and we don't actually get the pre-order. But if we do get a pre-order for a dragon this year, I think it'll be sometime like in the summer would be my guess. So, cool.
Do you think, I know this is probably a long shot and maybe I've asked this before, but do you guys think they would do figure obscura with a dragon and do or like with the reinforcements too, where they do like an early release wave where no one knows it's coming, but it's already in, like it's ready to ship immediately? Do you think they would go that hard on tooling something without revealing it first?
I think when they do the dragon, like for myself, like I'm used to spending, you know, $400 or $500 for an all-in. Okay. Like that's not anything new to me. And I know there's several folks out there that are used to that kind of all-in price, but there's a lot of folks that don't do the all-in. They, you know, pick a few figures here, a few figures there, but I think they're going to be interested in the dragon. So I think they're going to have to do something where there's like some sort of payment options, you know, a breakdown of, you know, 3-4 payments, maybe 6 payment. I don't know, whatever. So I don't think it's something, in my opinion, I don't think it's something that they would just have to where it's going to ship super quick, because I think they're going to need to give some people some options on how to pay for this thing and how to, you know, that would be my guess. Just because I think it's going to be a big ticket item, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Definitely big ticket item. I can't fathom how they're going to do it though. I'm really not sure. It's going to be interesting, but I don't know. I don't think it'll be like a figure obscura though, where they just, you know, put it out there and then it's there. I think people got to prepare for it a little bit. So, I don't know.
Laura says, really like to see a brute scale barbarian Conan style. I was actually surprised that we didn't get any brute scale in Rising Suns. It just felt like, we just kind of started doing those. We got the Knoxville. We got 2 coming up in Poxus. I just felt like that was a really good opportunity to throw, 1 or 2 more brute scales in there, and we didn't get any. So I don't know, maybe an all-star wave this year. Maybe they do some sort of continuation of Rising Suns, kind of like they did with Necronominus last year, where they ran it into all-stars, and maybe we get a brute scale something. But yeah, I am surprised that we didn't get some more brute scale, because I think that's something that people are clamoring for. I think it's just an interesting scale that is going to be especially for customizers, just to have some options of popping and swapping and switching some things around. So what do you guys think of that?
I definitely like the 1.0 is going to be like the standard size, I think, across the thing. For at least for me, I'm never gonna I like the bigger ones, but I like that they add a little bit of variety. So it's not going to be like, I'm not going to have like 6 knights and then like 6 brute scale figures behind it, kind of a thing. But I, especially for the orcs, and like you said, you and was it Laura said in the comment about like a couple of big brute scale barbarians would be cool. I definitely want to see a female brute scale and a female ogre at some point.
Yeah. Trevor says that he's referring back to the dragon layish away. I mean, some of the big, whether it's the Snake Mountain that came out, the Thunder Tank, all these kind of really big ticket items across the toy world over the last few years. They've typically given some people some options on, paying it across a 3 or 4 month span. So it's still paid off before they get ready to ship. But it gives you a little bit of time to break it down to where you're not having to come up with the whole cost all at once. So I would expect something along those lines would be my guess. But I really don't know. I have no insider information. I just know that they're a company that really does care about the fans. And they know that, people are really going to be clamoring for this dragon, and they're going to try to give everybody the opportunity to get one is kind of my thoughts on it. So, yeah.
Nice.
I'd like to see them come up with some kind of a harness so you can hang it from the ceiling, because I'm going to have nowhere to put it. So
yeah,
it may have to be hanging over the whole caboodle there.
I don't disagree with you, Curtis. I think they are very cognizant of the fans, but I think, like you're saying, or Dorkler saying here, if they can do 600 for a wave or 500 for a wave, they can do it on a dragon. I think that would be the whole. That would be the whole. Like they would have to replace a wave. So I could see them maybe skipping the All-Stars wave for the dragon.
And I mean, I see Dorklayer's point there, but not everybody can afford $600 on a wave. Like, yes, he buys an all-in. I buy an all-in. There's several of us that do, but not everybody does. And I think there's going to be some people that typically cherry pick the wave, that pick 1 or 2 figures that are going to want to buy that dragon. And like Eric says here, if we can buy a Battle Cat, we can afford a dragon. Correct. But Battle Cat had options on it too for paying it off. That was not like, hey, you either come up with the money all right now or you don't get it. There were definitely some payment options available for Battle Cat. So yeah, but and there Eric is pointing out, Dave, that you've got plenty of wall space right behind you for a dragon. So
just have it like just
where my
holes
other
in your walls.
Yeah,
just poke holes in your walls and have like the talons in there, and it's like climbing up the wall to your characters.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice. I mean, they just gave us a bear that had an option for, being on all fours with a mount, or being standing up and tall and everything. I wouldn't be surprised if the dragon has some options to where he can, either be, where you can like hang him from a ceiling, where you can stand him on the top of your DTOFs or whatever. I'm sure there's going to be, some options. It's not going to just be a static dragon. There's definitely going to be something to it. So, And then Trevor, I know I've heard him say kind of this before. Rather have a playset accessories or a unique mount instead of a dragon. You know, there's some people that don't want the dragon. I think it's just one of those things that kind of came out of Corbin Boy's mouth a while back, and you know, now once you put that in somebody's head, you know, it'd be like if I said that they're going to do a purple giraffe, you know, and I've got it from good sources that they're doing a purple giraffe. And you may not have ever thought you needed a purple giraffe, but as soon as I said it, now it's in your head, and that's all you're going to want. So I think it's just one of those things. But I mean, play sets would be kind of cool. Like even if they did some, you know, something that was like a small, like almost a DTOF square size or something like that. Yeah, I would enjoy some stuff like that. I do like the accessories that they did with Ox Crew in that. I would like to see them do some more of that stuff. What about you guys? Is that something that you guys are into? Is having more accessories and things like that with your figures?
Yeah, that would be cool. I'd like to see more for the Mythic side. Because we've got that, like you said, we've got the Ox Crew stuff, but I'd like to see more stuff for Mythic.
Yeah.
I would like, yeah, like I do like that Ox Crew set, and I think I don't know if it was here or something else we were on talking about stuff, but yeah, like an accessory kit that's like some crates and barrels, and you know, I know a lot of 3D printers do like the food and the drumsticks and all that sort of stuff. I think that would be cool.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I got to pull this up from Joe. It says Trevor just doesn't want to shoot a giant 3D printed dragon. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, Jesse.
That's okay. Yeah, stuff like that where, you know, it's, you know, maybe it's a weapons rack where, you know, there's different ways to like, because they could make a rack that's built to hang their specific weapons and that sort of stuff, not to like take anything away from the customizers and people that make that stuff, because that's all cool, but it'd be cool to see like their take on it, because you know, if you make some things like that, so you've got the real, you know, the horseman thing, and then you've got your customizer and third party part places that are making stuff too, it just adds to the I wouldn't want to see like a full play set, like a DTOF thing. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. I wouldn't say, I'm not saying I hope they don't make that. I don't know. I don't know how I would react to it.
What do you guys think about this? Juan Diego Rincon, two-time Shooting the Shelf prize winner, says $600 wave, dragon with the Dragon Rider and a free Dragon Rider weapons pack. If whatever we get a dragon, you think we'll have you think it'll come with a figure and some weapons and stuff, or what do you expect that dragon to have?
I never thought of a Dragon Rider. That's kind of a cool idea.
I would say there's a good chance it's probably going to have some sort of mount option for sure. Whether it has a Dragon Rider, I would say that it probably will have a mount. I don't know. What do you think, Jesse?
I personally don't want it to be a mount. I'm not saying it can't be or they shouldn't make it a mount, but I like dragons like the more classic fantasy stuff where they're not beasts, they're not creatures for people to participate with. You know, it'd be a very special, unique thing to let someone ride a dragon. I'm thinking more, you know, like Smaug and, you know, more of that classic epic fantasy stuff where they're just a sentient force of nature being. If they made something smaller like wyverns or something like that for people to be like mounts on, I think that would be cool. But just for my personal taste, I'd want the dragon to be its own chaotic being that is above the quote unquote humanity of the world.
Now, for those out there not in the know, Jesse, can you explain the difference between a dragon and a wyvern?
I think it fluctuates depending on which sources of fantasy you come from, but usually a wyvern is smaller. It's more like an animal. It's more bestial in nature. It's not as like sentient. They don't really talk. It's more like, you know, Yeah, it's more like that. And usually wyverns are depicted with like 2 legs and wings, no 4 legs. So legs and wings, whereas dragons generally tend to have, at least in Western culture, dragons tend to have 4 legs and a set of wings as well.
Gotcha.
And that's just
LeBron says that he'd personally be surprised if it doesn't come with a saddle and a rider. To which Trevor followed up with, if there is a dragon rider, he could see a 2.0 Rhaegar. That would be kind of cool. I know that's a very difficult to find figure, and I don't know that they're ever going to re-release the original. So yeah, version 2 of Rhaegar would be pretty neat. I know.
I'd prefer either do a version 2
guy
than
that
a
would
2.0.
I know a version 2 would be exciting for Scavarna. He would really like that.
Yes.
So
but I hope they do a version 2 and not a 2.0.
Yeah, 2.0 would be a little thin for Rhaegar. So unless he just lost a bunch of weight, yeah, maybe it was slim pickings. He wasn't getting much to eat. So
wyverns are dumb and poisonous, kind of like the internet.
All right, there you
well
go.
said, Joe.
Okay, so that's enough dragon talk. What else? What other things are you into now, Dave? Are there any other things that you're collecting or things that you do for hobby that you enjoy?
Well, I am also collecting some NECA stuff. I really like the Universal Monster stuff. So I've got quite a few of them. I like the nostalgia stuff from NECA. So I have like a couple of Back to the Future figures and, like I said, the Universal Monsters. Well, hobbies, actually, I had a New Year's resolution this year to get back to learning the banjo.
Oh, okay.
And I told myself that I need to play, even if it's just 5 minutes, play every day. So I've actually so far been keeping up with it. So
that's cool.
That's fun to do.
Yeah, definitely. I think
I play guitar and What's that?
I was just saying that consistency is definitely key. So
yes.
Yeah.
Can I throw a challenge out to you, Dave? If you're comfortable, you don't have to answer now. You can think about it. If you make it to Legion's Con this year and you keep up with your banjo, you come on the closeout show at the end of Legion's Con and play a quick little ditty for us.
That'd be awesome.
Okay. I can do that.
It doesn't have to be like a full 4-minute song or anything, but just something, a fun little thing just to.
All right. Well, if you keep up with it and you show up at our station at Legion's Con as we're closing out the weekend, you got the floor. Right. We'll give you the floor for a couple minutes and see what you got.
That sounds good. All right.
Awesome.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
So where you said you're picking it back up again. So how long ago were you doing it? Like how long of a gap has it been? Is it something you've always why the banjo?
My father moved to Kentucky when I was younger. My parents split up and he started listening to bluegrass. So he kind of got me into listening to some bluegrass. And of course there's banjo and bluegrass. And I got really interested in it. And then I started playing for a little while. I took some lessons. And I told my teacher, I said, I'm going to take 2 weeks or so off because where my wife is having a baby. So 14 years later, I'm getting back into it. So things happen. Life happens. Cool.
Yes, life definitely happens. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you're getting no, take that off.
Oh, brother. Here we go.
I was trying to avoid
looking for all the deliverance.
That particular moment is creepy as hell, but I'm not a big country music fan. I'm not saying bluegrass is country, but I know a lot of country music has a lot of banjo in it, but there's some stuff that just hits the right way that is relaxed. I have a local friend who was one of my first guests when I started the show Kevin, who does music and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, banjo. It's not always my favorite, but it's impressive. Anybody that can play an instrument is impressive to me. So I feel like I'm sticking my foot in my mouth and saying not nice things. I'm not trying to say not nice things.
I get it. I actually have a band that I play mostly bass. I play some guitar in it too, but
Okay.
yeah, we do like the standard, bar band music kind of stuff. So that's another side of my music, and this is just kind of like my personal thing, banjo. So.
Okay. Awesome. That's really cool. Because I tried playing bass for years and I could barely concentrate on it long enough to like barely play more than like a note at a time. So yeah,
it's
mad respect.
practice.
Yeah, we got Benny here says someone on the Cabal was just talking about reinforcements too. Did I miss a sale or something? No sale yet. It sounds like it's going to be in February sometime. They do need to clear out some space once Poxis comes in. They got to get some of that out, and then there'll be reinforcements too. They said they'll have the Legions Con exclusives. So you got the Waltor 2-pack, the version 2 of the Blood Armor. You've got, I think they said that the PowerCon exclusives were going to be on there. So Scourge and Operative 83, the Valiant Knight, and anything I'm missing on there, Jesse? Was there something else?
I don't know. I don't
think
know
that might be it. So, but yeah, there should be a lot of stuff on that. I know Jeremy said they're doing it all in one sale, so it's not going to be split up across several weeks like the test shots and stuff last year. It's all going to be in one go. So yeah, just be ready. Sometime in February, that's going to hit, and especially for customizers. I mean, those Legion builders, that's the cheapest price that you're going to get one of these figures to get some of those parts to work on customizing. So time to build up the reinforcements.
Jackie.
There you go.
And
Send
looks
it
like
to
we
me.
got some
Absolutely.
official voice coming in here. It's going to be a big sale
There you go.
from Joe Vasapolo.
There you go. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Those reinforcements are really cool. There's a lot of neat stuff in there. Getting another version of that ogre is really cool because we haven't had one of those in a while. Obviously, that Gold Knight has been an expensive figure for a while, so getting that. You got the new Shadow Orc Grunt. That a lot of people are very high on that vampire. That vampire is really cool. So. Yeah,
cool. That's an easy one to pop and swap, or switch out with the Black Knight, because it's almost the exact same. It's not 100% exact same as the Black Knight, I don't think, but it's pretty close. So if you don't have any Black Knights, as far as just the actual, and I'm not saying the one-to-one parts, but the color scheme, you could build out some alternate looks to your Black Knights.
Hoth the Basher says no Scourge or 83, just a Mistro. I thought I heard Jeremy say Scourge and 83, but I could be wrong. Maybe Joe can correct us and just give us a double.
I heard that too.
But Demistro is definitely one that I forgot. So that'll be in there without the green head and hands. Correct, Jesse? Okay.
Yeah. So they won't he won't have the PowerCon exclusive hands or packaging, or head, hands, and packaging, and I can't remember if you said the Legions Con ones will be missing some of the exclusives that were to the 2-pack itself.
No shirt. I don't know what else. There was is it the skull for the Waltor, for the Space Waltor?
Yeah. Oh shoot, what are they? Yes, the one that's on the Cosmic page with the skull in the stand, like
the one that came with the key.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of that head, but yeah.
I'm drawing a blank on what that race is, but yeah. And Joe's saying that Vamp is essentially the Red Shield soldier in black as far as parts go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shirt, I think the gourd. I don't know if the banner was I think the banner is coming with it, but the shirt and the gourd, I think, or maybe the gourd, I don't know. I'm not going to say it right. So Go back to the pictures from DCon from the end of December. They had pictures of them on the table, so you can see maybe not all the parts, but some of the parts.
And Jordan says Demistro Bonehead Demon Head is dope. That Bonehead version is really cool. It does look very neat. So cool. So Dave, anything that you've been watching, any series or anything like that you've been really into?
I just watched the Rebel Moon, the Zack Snyder thing. Didn't love it. I was really, I had high hopes for it, but I wasn't too, jazzed about it. It kind of felt bad 1980s movie, sci-fi movie. Yeah, we're just like, let's go all over the galaxy and get some guys to fight these guys, and it seemed a little cheesy to me. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to win any Oscars or anything, but I felt like it was a good popcorn flick. I mean, it was just if you just sit down and watch it, enjoy it. I feel like it was entertaining enough. But yeah, it wasn't anything that was like it wasn't stressing out your brain or throwing any super curveballs at you or anything like that.
I got Battle Beyond the Stars vibes off of that one. If you guys remember that movie from way back in the day.
Yeah. I've never seen Battle Beyond the Stars, I don't think.
The one with I can't remember the guy's name. Played John Boy from the Waltons, that guy.
No, not ringing a bell. I remember John Boy, but I don't remember
all right.
I'll have to look that up.
Movie.
I do. I mean, I watched Rebel Moon. I think the weekend it came out. I'm with you. Like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Like, it was like.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like
because I know there's that longer not everybody needs to do a director's cut or an extended cut of their movie, and the fact that they've already said there's going to be an extended cut of it coming out at some point is kind of like. Why? Like,
yeah, if you need an extended cut to explain your movie, then you probably didn't edit it well to begin with. So
right, like it's Netflix. Like, just let it be what it is. Now, granted, I know there's a second part, and I'm gonna really hold off holding full judgment on the story until I get the second half of it. But I did really like the lead, the Cora, the female lead. I thought she was, just the lead character, Cora. I thought she was great. And I really like that actress. So I enjoyed her parts, but there's so much of the rest of it was just kind of like, oh, here's like a random thing. It was like they took like all like the mini Fitch quests from Mando and made a movie out of it and never let it build into a full story.
Yeah. I agree.
But I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
Yeah. I did want to pull this up from Steph. She says, did Curtis just admit to liking Scullies up in here? I really do like skeletons. They're one of the races that I have the most of. I just got really sick of skeletons last year because there were so freaking many of them. It was just overload. It's like, I like Egg McMuffins too, but if you give me an Egg McMuffin every single day for a whole year, I'm going to get sick of them. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just skeleton overload last year. And then the one that really bothered me was Calavian and the All-Stars, because after they show you the ones from Necronominus and they, show you the ones that we're getting in the All-Stars and stuff, and you got all these new skelly parts and they're so cool. Like, why would you want an old skeleton with the old parts that's just red? Like, who cares? So yeah, it was just overload last year. So, but yes, I do like the skellies. I've got a lot of them. I've actually probably customized more skeletons than any other race. So, so Dave, no offense to you and the skeletons, do like them. Just a little bit of overload last year. So,
I get it. Yeah, it was a lot of skeletons.
Yeah.
So you just don't like it when other people beat a dead horse, but you can.
Well, what did I beat a dead horse with? I don't ever do that. I've done I don't ever do that.
No, I can't possibly think of a single example.
Okay.
Blue. Thistlebottom.
I don't know what you're talking about, but cool. What else, guys?
Well, do you want to run through the wave, Dave? Give your thoughts on the Rising Suns wave, or are you talked out? Or
Yeah.
okay,
We got an hour and a half left, folks. Hour and a half until the wave is closed. So,
all right. So, whoops, where is it? Shop. I hit shop now. Why didn't it go? All
so
right, Dave,
I think we can all agree that these are all awesome figures, right? Like right off the bat, like they're all awesome. So why don't we focus on the ones that we think you got to get multiples of? Like these are the ones that really like hit you. So Dave, like what's the first one when you look at this with this wave? What's the first one you go, man, I'm going to need to get a bunch of those?
Broder.
Really? Okay.
Definitely Broder. Yeah.
Broder, born guy.
Because I could see, yeah, I think you could do a lot with him.
Yeah.
With the boots and the just the wrap he's got on him, and there's so many you could do with him that I'm really looking forward to him. Yeah,
that lower leg, especially considering that Atlas only has the one barbarian leg and then the other armored one.
Yeah.
This will be nice having this set of lower legs for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. I
like
just
the little
love
flare
all the
of soft goods.
Yeah, like the quilted
underneath,
look
like
on
the leather there.
on the thing too.
Yeah.
I love their belt game that they stepped it up so much over the last couple of years, man. Like these new belts are so freaking good now. You got all the
I feel like I want to go back to all my old figures and change the belts.
Yeah, I can't wait for that belts pack from what was that? Was that Necronominus that the belts pack came?
All-Star 6.
All-Star 6, yeah. Yeah, that belts pack's gonna be phenomenal. So and not only the belts and you got the rivets and the latches and stuff on the belt, but then you got like the little like pouches and stuff on the sides of the belts. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Nice little details. So I love that new
so many
shield
things to
too.
mix and match.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I was a fan of the old wooden shields, but this thing is just, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I gotta say, I really like that they're doing more like leather and soft good like torsos and armor pieces, because at least for my shelves, there's going to be like fewer knights and a lot more like foot soldier type characters. And being able to mix this with like maybe like some of the armored arms or something, just to make some like infantry or whatever. I mean, we're talking about customizing at this point.
Yep.
I think you said, right, Curtis? So
yeah,
I think there's so many cool parts on Broder that he's definitely one I'm gonna have to get multiples of for army building.
Well, and I'm excited for two. I know at G-Con, Eric was talking about how these, even though they're bare arms, they're different from the bare arms that we're used to, and they've got more texture in the skin and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see, these things up close and the final versions from the factory and what that's all going to look like. I was talking to some folks today about like painting the details in Eric's sculpts and how, it's one thing to look at these things from a picture. It's another thing to hold them in hand. And then it's a totally different thing to actually put a brush on some of these details. And I think, like those arms and just the skin texture and stuff is going to be one of those things that's going to be really cool to explore. So.
Totally agree.
Awesome. What about you, Jesse? What's one that you're like, man, this is one that's really calling to me. I'm going to need a bunch.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm cheating because I wasn't fully explained the rules. The dwarf pack and Nieve. Obviously, Nieve is the one I'm most excited for, just in general. But I have a couple customs I want to try with her and the parts from the female dwarf. Make some different 1.0 female characters. So I just think like the armor is really cool. I love the 1.0 build, and I know the dwarf is 1.0 dimensions, just shorter for the dwarfs, but Like I'm thinking, a character with this torso, uh, and full length legs and everything, like so there's going to be a lot of things that are going to get popped and swapped from this wave, like across figures. I might surprise you. I would like to get 3 of Umbras.
Wow. That does surprise me.
1 to keep as is.
Okay.
2 to have just regular black horses, and maybe even a 4th one, or maybe buy the kit off of someone. But I want to make 3 characters from my book are riders, and I imagine their horses I'm pointing at my screen, have horse gear like these tassels and all the frill on the saddle and everything. So I'd want to have the 3 of those together to really finish off those characters, but not all black horses.
Yeah. I mean, I'll kind of start with, repeating some of what you said. I mean, Nieve is definitely my favorite figure. I understand people are very hyped up about the bear. And the bear is cool. Don't get me wrong. The bear is awesome. But this 1.0 female is just amazing. I love the paint job that Sherry did on this. The sculpt details. I love that hair. The face paint, the story where she's, the frost elf and all this kind of stuff. Like I just love this figure. It's definitely my favorite figure. As a customizer, I kind of hit like a writer's block, a customizer's block, when I see a figure that's so freaking good that it's like I can't even imagine breaking it apart and doing anything with. And this is one of those. Like in Poxus, my favorite singular character, like if I just look at him and say, which is your favorite character, would be Azahazar. But I only need one of them because I can't, my brain won't even let me think about what to do with it if I was to break one apart. And Nieve is the same kind of thing. Like I don't even know, like I have no ideas for customs, and I can't even, I'm sure down the road some of that will happen, but right now I just need one of this, and I just want to appreciate it for what it is. But similar to you, that dwarf pack, man, I am going to go to town on some of those parts in that dwarf pack. Man, some of these parts on here have been so needed. The updated gauntlets, the updated shins, the cloth legs, on there. These updated parts for the dwarf are just amazing. I love them. The fact that we're getting this double pack with all this stuff that you can mix and match a whole bunch of different ways, it's a bunch of fun in a box, man. Like it's just like, it's like an Erector set or a Lego set or something like that. It's like, open this up and just play with this thing for 2-3 hours. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one, and I definitely need to get multiples. This one's phenomenal. As far as the horse goes, or the unicorn, it's not my bag, man. I was hoping we wouldn't get one this wave. I told my wife if they have a horse, like I'm gonna sell it, do something, give it away, throw it away, whatever. I just don't need one. And then they revealed it, and she looked right at me. She goes, "I want it." So I guess she's taking it, but I really hope we don't get one next year. Like, you talk about skeleton overload, man, I am horsed out. Like, dude, talk about beating a dead horse. It is, I'm done. I'm done with horses. So none for me.
Well, we've got the black one, we've got the brown one, we've got the white one, we've got the grayish one. I think
I'm good. So
yeah.
None for me, thanks. But the wave still is. I mean, this is a great horse. I just don't need, they take up so much space. I just don't need 5, 6, 7 horses. Yeah, okay. Well, but yeah, that's kind of the one that really stands out the most as far as ordering a bunch is the dwarf one. And I hate saying that because I don't want the dwarf fans to be like, oh, dwarf, they're number one, year of the dwarf, all that, 5 years straight, year of the dwarf. But it is for me, for customizing, this is where it's at for sure. So yeah.
Yeah, this is, yeah. So much goodness. Like I can't remember. Is he 2.0 or is he 1.0? He's 1.0.
He's 1.0.
Right? No, he's 2.0.
No.
Is he? Okay.
Which one? There's that one,
I
and
think he's
this guy's
2.0.
2.0 because he's got the new
Yeah,
parts.
he is 2.0. Okay.
Yeah.
So between him and Manisha, we're getting a lot of new 2.0 parts.
Yes. Which also
new
was needed in the
torsos, new
library.
boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're
And
getting the
she's also
soft
got
good
that
arms and
new
legs for him.
she's got that new removable like stomach plate too, which is kind of a cool new piece.
Yeah, I think they both don't they both?
I don't.
Isn't
Maybe
the
he
armor
does. It looks like
removable
he
on
might
both of
have
them?
a. Yeah, it looks like he might have a mid cut there. I don't know if it's removable though. I don't know if it's just. I know they said for sure hers she did, but I don't know.
Okay.
That might be a plate on there too. So,
Joe, if you're still watching, if you're able to confirm that would be cool. But yeah, the fact that we're getting so many new 2.0 parts between the two of them, more Cinderhorns, the Shadow Elves, I think they've been so hard to get some of those in the past. So the fact that they're, pumping some new stuff out. Yeah. And that she comes with three different heads?
yeah.
Right. So if you want to build out some Shadow Elf characters, you get her and the Dispatar, and you swap the right parts, and you can get a couple of Shadow Elves. Or if you have a Shadow Elf and you have like the extra heads from those, you can make some cool new pop.
Well, that
swaps.
Dispatar too has the cloth. They did the cloth upper arms and legs like we have for 1.0 now for 2.0. So that's a really cool part to get as well.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of assassin rogue characters. I've been waiting for those, so I'll be waiting a little longer, but that's fine. They'll be worth it.
I mean those cloth upper arms and legs for 1.0 have been fantastic. I love the texture on them. They really look really cool on just about any figure. So getting those on 2.0 is cool. Obviously, you got the boot cut there, which is nice. So yeah, just a lot added to the parts library in this wave for some things that haven't had it in a while. Man, those 2.0s, the parts library has gotten a little bit kind of out of date. There hasn't been a whole lot of updates. The dwarves, the parts library, a little bit out of date, and they really rectified that with this wave. So I appreciate that from a customizing standpoint for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's head is cool. Did you see Jeremy and Joe on Wednesday night? Like they put that head on several different bodies, and it looked good on everything. Like they put it on some cosmics and things like that. Like, yeah.
That head or this head?
No, the one with the translucent things on top.
Without the helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing right there. That they put it on a couple like cosmics and stuff. That thing's awesome. Yeah. That's neat.
Yeah. I've been wanting to get another Monkey King to use the parts, but maybe I'll just wait and get him.
Definitely a lot cheaper for sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I think
go ahead.
The parts he comes with are fantastic as well for Scapular to obviously I want him as is, but there's going to be so much I think we're going to be able to do with the different parts, like just putting soft good arms on him under that tunic, if you want to make a more like agile horseman fighter, without as much heavy armor. There's just so much you can do with these parts.
Speaking of getting multiple figures, this is one that I thought that I was only going to need one of, and then you got the director of sales and marketing does his little pop and shop show with Joe, and they put that Amir head on a Lord Bashadi body, and it looked fantastic, man. So I'm thinking getting two of those and put those heads on the Bashadi bodies as like guards for him, and then one of Scapular by himself with all his armaments on. Yeah, dude, that's going to be cool. So
He just comes with so much stuff that you can use with customs. It's amazing.
Yeah, that Amir mask is really neat for sure. So,
well, I mean, and I love this. You've got the skeleton face, but then you've got that like metal collar with like the soft good looking like shawl wrap, collar piece around it. And then on the Amir version, it's all, that soft good part is pulled up, so like,
yeah.
With the face plates and stuff, I'm sure some customizing studios will get into making face plates to fit in there, so you can put different types of faces in there.
I like the on
it's
that
gonna be
that scapular, the skull face. I like that there's like this big crack down the side of it too. Like there's just like these extra details in there that, yeah, it just makes it pop. So kind of separates it from all the other, skulls that we've had and stuff. So
totally.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to him. Definitely.
Yeah.
And I love that star point as the spearhead. Like the carrying that Sons of the Red Star motif into the design of the weapon. Like I think that's really cool.
I didn't notice that. I love the shield. The new shield is cool.
It's very stylized.
Yeah. That what is that? Buckler style shield, I think.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it does have that. It has kind of a Middle Eastern vibe to it, similar to kind of like the Grisha. Like I love that they've got all these different influences. Obviously in Mythos there is no Middle East, there's no Asia, there's no Japan, there's no China, but I love that they've taken all these real world influences and started to kind of pull them into some of the armor that we're getting and weapons. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Can you throw up Atlas real quick so we can look at that one? Because he's got a couple different looks too that I think are really cool.
Real quick here, Joe saying he can use his shield as a wok. I've been to I was at one restaurant, I think a couple times when I lived in the Chicago area, that they explained the whole thing. It was like a Mongolian barbecue place that their kind of stove was like, it almost looked like a shield, and the knives they used were long like sword blades, and that's how they were doing everything cooking in front of us there. So I mean, that's definitely a thing that happened.
Oh, really? I did not know that. Learn something new every day. Yeah, I really like. I mean, it's hard because I'm a big fan of the face sculpts. I don't typically like the helmeted heads on any of my characters, but that gladiatorial look that he's got with that helmeted head and everything, that look is really cool. Man, I'm really digging that. And I like the whole, like, kind of like you can play it from different timelines, like this is his look before. You could do like a Brian Almeida Coliseum thing where you put him and Calavius and a few others in there with those looks. And then you could do, a version later on in time and have him in the other look. So yeah, this thing is just really cool. I love this look. Maybe even like use the face, the like do the gladiatorial look, but do the like where he has the head sculpt on, but he's holding the helmet, maybe like he's getting ready for a gladiatorial battle. That way you kind of get the best of both worlds. But yeah, that figure is really cool as well. But once again, just like Nieve, this is one that I look at that I'm like, man, I love this figure, but I can't even imagine breaking it apart right now. But it's got a lot of good parts.
I love the double layer soft goods for the cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just killer.
And just the asymmetry throughout, and all the little callbacks to all the different places and groups that he's been with and stuff. Yeah, really cool.
I dig it. Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole story bit about like that piece of his necklace being, you know, from the tree where his wife is buried,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Well, folks, we've got about an hour and 10 minutes left to get your pre-order in from Store Horseman.
We should
like
probably
Door
look at the
Players.
bear. We haven't pulled up the bear. We should probably look at the bear.
Oh yeah.
Because that's a little unique.
Boulevard. Mhm.
Yeah.
He is massive.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you guys: when you have the bear, are you doing it on all fours with the mount, or are you doing it standing up, like swiping at somebody? What is? How do you display your bear, or do you like change it up from time to time?
I think I would change it up.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him attacking somebody, but also I want to see him as a mount as well. So I think I would change it up.
What do you think, Jesse?
I think for me, I'll probably have him on all fours with the gear on, but with Atlas next to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not actually like riding, but you know, prepared to ride. And I like this is a fig, the bear. I'd like to get a couple of, one to have just probably not with the Noble Bear figures, but somewhere else in my collection, just to be that upright, you know, attacking grizzly look. And then another one to do some customs with. But that's not a
Ron
upright.
is saying, does anybody know how tall the standing bear measures? I know it was about probably 2 inches taller than, maybe an inch and a half taller than a troll. So I don't know what a troll measures, you know, to the top of its head, but I would say about an inch and a half taller than that.
That is the prototype, and the figure will be slightly smaller than that.
Yeah, because I think they say they printed in a little bit bigger proportions.
Yeah, they always printed a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So I would say about the size of a troll, maybe slightly taller. So. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same thing as you, Jesse. Like, not have anybody riding the bear, but definitely have them on all fours with, you know, like Atlas next to him. I think I would have it with the open mouth. I think the some of the pictures that Trevor has there in the snow with the like open mouth on all fours, but still swiping like that. I think that's a cool look right there. I think that's probably how that goes in my display, but I'm also not opposed to what Dave's saying is like, you know, you've got this extra attachment that they're giving you and you can stand them up. Maybe every, you know, few months you change it up and put them in there the other way and just see what it looks like. So, yep.
Nice.
Yeah, he's got so many different looks to him. It seems a shame not to use them all.
Yeah. Jordan says troll is supposed to measure 11 and a half inches according to BBTS. So I would say probably about that, maybe right at 12 inches. So.
And with the bear, I don't know what I was going to say.
I don't know either. Does he have spots on his saddle there where you can like put weapons and stuff in? Like I never really paid attention much to the saddle. Looks like there's
there's like a type of a loop there. Again, this is the prototype, so it might vary a little bit. That all looks kind of solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of that looks fairly sculpted on. Let's see, where's the other angle? You know, there's the ring there. There's another thing there. So I don't know if
looks like maybe there's something towards the back too, though. If you go to the right,
there's a little bit of one of those. Yeah, so. At least on that side.
Hold a shield or something.
Yeah, maybe a shield or an axe or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
He doesn't have it on the right side, you know, of its body, but it does have one, looks like on the left side.
Joe says Atlas is riding the bear. Who's riding a troll? I don't know, man.
Weapons pack at retail, I'm going to guess this is 30 or maybe 35 at retail.
It's Probably about fair. Yeah.
Those weapons are awesome.
I know.
Oh yeah.
They're an
I
awesome
think some of
update.
the other weapons have been they've been like 15 in the pre-order, and they're 20, or I don't remember. I don't remember. So usually stuff's, yeah, I'm gonna guess between probably 30 to 35. I'll happily be wrong if it's cheaper.
Can you
But that's
zoom
my
in on
guess.
some? Can you zoom in on some of the wraps on there? Because I think like on those axes, like that's just look how realistic that looks, man. Like that looks like a real freaking axe, and just like or whatever, like whatever kind of twine or whatever they wrapped around it. Like that is so realistic looking. Just a fantastic job.
Love the new weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really a work of art.
That's the barbarian one and the dwarf one. I love the new torches that they gave us. 3 torches, all with different colors between the wave.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Look at that, man. Those wraps just really get me. All those wraps on there. It's like just really amps up the realism. So.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wholesome Warlock says Joe V understood the assignment. Listen, I know he's the dwarf inside man, and yeah, he did a good job, man. He got him updated parts, got him updated weapons, a 2-pack. Can't ask for much more. If you're a dwarf fan and Joe Vassapolo is your inside guy, you better be sending him, nice Christmas card each year with a, good little thank you. So yeah, good stuff. All right, folks, you got a little over an hour left. So
I'm going to share this real quick just for folks. If you can't get one today, or if you can't get it before the pre-order ends tonight, if you go to sourcehorseman.com and go to, where is it? About Us, and you go to the approved retailers, you can find a list of all the approved retailers that have the ability to put in orders. So you can find one that's closer to you than other ones. There are some international ones, I believe, down at the bottom, but this list has gotten a lot bigger since I joined the Cabal 2 years ago. So, man, good grief.
Now I will
maybe it's on a different page, but there used to be somewhere there's international ones.
I will tell you, folks watching, these retailers, amazing folks, work directly with the Four Horsemen. Nothing bad to say about any of them, but there's only one retailer out there that is sponsoring this show, and that's Wolf King Customs and our good buddy Lynn. So make sure you check him out for sure. He's got some great deals over there when you buy figures from him. He also has a lot of times where he throws in, some parts and things like that with it. You can get your Cabal shirts there. You can get a lot of different things. So check out Lynn.
Is the best.
Awesome dude. Yep.
I don't know why I can't find Wolf King on here.
I don't know, man. But they are definitely a retailer, and they're definitely
an approved retailer. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, find one near you. Or if you're going on any trips, you can check here and see. Oh, there's some international ones. Germany. Maybe that's what this right-hand side is. Yeah,
Possible.
The right-hand side is
I think
international.
it's on the internet.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
Australia,
Man, I'm super obvious. Yeah, so U.S. on the left, international on the right. You can check out.
There. Dave, obviously we saw you at Legion's Con. I'm guessing you're coming to Legion's Con this year as well. Is that correct?
I am. Absolutely. Got my hotel already.
Beautiful. Any other shows that you're planning on attending this year that you know right off the bat?
Yeah, I definitely want to go to the Shop the Curiosity show in Danbury. That's pretty close to me. Definitely want to hit that one.
Okay.
I'm hoping maybe to hit ToyCon. Not sure.
Okay.
And maybe the ChrisCon as well.
Okay.
Okay.
See what happens with that. But I'm definitely doing the the Danbury show, the Shop at
Very
Curiosity
cool.
show.
Beautiful. I know
Yeah, I've heard that one.
my good buddy Jesse here will be at ZoloCon coming up soon. That's what is that, mid-February or end of February?
At end of February, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be at a bunch of the Wolf King. Actually, almost anything Wolf King's at, I'm gonna try to be at, helping Len and the shop out. So ZoloCon at the end of February. I know Curtis and I will be repping Wolf King at MesquiCon mid-March.
Yeah.
And then they just Len just put out the Wolf King itinerary on his page and a couple of posts this week. So check all those out.
Yep, I do see Jordan is mentioning IshCon 24. That is, man, that's looking to be a pretty big show. I've heard some things. I don't have insider studio info, but I've heard some rumblings that might be your Cosmic G-Con taking the place of PowerCon. So that's one that if you're a roundabouts in that area, probably be a cool one to show up at, so you can maybe see a live G-Con event. Although hope that it's not as hot as the PowerCon one was last year. I heard people were dying.
Well,
so.
The area will be hotter because that's way further south. So
yeah, but hopefully the room isn't as bad.
Yeah, hopefully they got their air conditioner sorted out down there. Dave, are you getting ready to show something off there?
Yeah, actually, I was playing with something. One of the
he's taking some damage.
Yeah, a little battle worn.
Yeah.
Kind of. I had fun with this guy. So I've done up a lot of painting on my like the Templars. Nice. And the that whole new wave of just went out of my head. Everything that they're selling in February now.
Yeah.
The reinforcements.
The
Relic Guard.
Reinforced. Thank you. I don't know why that went out of my head. But yeah, I like to take all my reinforcements and really, paint them up and make them look nice.
Yeah. And
I got one more. Let me.
Oh yeah. Let's see that. Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Very cool. Yeah. Very cool.
That blue really pops on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Let's speaking of reinforcements, let's do a little PSA right now, a little public service announcement. Like to do this every now and then, just kind of educate the community, make sure you guys are aware. Reinforcements, the whole deal with these things is they do come with lower paint apps at a cheaper price. They're kind of something you could army build, throw them in the background, or customize. They're good. They're really good for customizing and having those parts available. Don't buy these things and then do a review saying, oh, well, they didn't have good paint apps. That's kind of the idea. All right. So if that's not what you're into, if you want a fully, paint apped up figure and something gorgeous, get on this Rising Suns wave. You got less than an hour. Those things are going to be gorgeous. They're absolutely going to be awesome. If you're getting into the reinforcement sale, just know what you're purchasing. Okay. If you're doing it for, something to army build, to throw behind, you don't want to get a bunch of vampires to throw behind, your Alithia and have them in the background. Awesome. If you're going to grab something to do some customizing, some pop and swap, some painting, they're great for that. Just like Dave was just showing there, you take, that $25, the Dark Templar, and then you paint it up and make him look like he's been through a huge battle. Those things are great for that, but just make sure that you understand like what you're getting into, because it's just unfair criticism when, you throw it on there that, oh, well, they didn't have this and that as far as paint apps go. So I just want to throw that out there. Little pre-reinforcement sale PSA. So.
Yeah, essentially you're getting not fully detail painted, but painted enough to where it's good to go as is. If you just want the army build, like you're saying, versions of, McFarlane does those all gray ones for people to paint, right?
Yep.
Like the proto. I don't remember what he calls them.
I don't know if you're specifically supposed to paint them, but yeah, they do like the
Warhammer ones are meant for people to paint.
Okay,
I know.
gotcha.
That was the first ones I saw him doing like that. So like these are, they're not a lot of colors, but If it's got skin, it's got a skin tone. If it's got armor, it's armor tone. It's all separated. The paint that is on it, while minimal, is complete and well done. Like, so
Yeah, they're still
if you just,
gorgeous. So
yeah, if you're getting one to test out as a first Mythic Legion, yeah, be in mind, like Curtis is saying, that it is lower on all the paint apps, but it's meant to be. But you can check out your articulation, the range. You can check out the pop and swap, all the stuff.
mhm.
If you're not a
That's why I love them, because you can paint them and make them your own.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Yeah,
can-
like the Shadow Orc Grunt, which Jesse and I are both partial to, because we were very honored to do that review for the Horseman. You look at that skin tone, and it's not just one color. Like the inside of his arms and legs are like a brown that kind of goes into almost like a black color. It's got a nice fade to it. So there's still, it's not like it's just they threw one solid color on and left it. Like, now the loin piece, it's got rivets on it. The rivets aren't painted, but that's as simple as just putting some dots on those little rivets with some paint. So if you want them as a background character and you don't want to paint those rivets, you definitely don't have to. And for $25, it's a great buy. But if you do want to paint some of those rivets on there and some of those little details, it can really, make it pop. So just like I said, keep that stuff in mind. But there is going to be a lot of stuff on that sale that is not Legion Builder. You've got the Silverhorn Sentry, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'll be honest, I did not give the Silverhorn Sentry the love that it deserved until I got it in hand. That thing is gorgeous. It is so good. So if you want something that just looks amazing and has those full paint apps, that's a great one. The Waltor figures, any of the Legion, the Legion's Con exclusive ones that are coming out in this wave as well. Those things are going to be painted up amazing as well. So if you want something that just looks gorgeous right out of the box, you don't have to do anything with, and you want it to be kind of a name character, there's definitely going to be some options for that as well. So just make an informed decision. And, if you have questions, ask. Like the community's there to help you. So
totally.
For sure.
Dusty's saying, do you think there'll be a surprise in the drop? With as big as it is, I'm not going to say no. I would. Let me say this. I would not be surprised if there's a surprise, but I'm not a betting person, so I wouldn't put money on it just because that's.
If there's a surprise, I'll give you my guess at what the surprise is. I think that if there's a surprise, the surprise will be some Figure Obscura test shots. I think a Monkey King, a Red Death, maybe even a Jacob Marley test shot would be a decent surprise to just throw in there and not say.
Okay.
So I don't know anything. I don't, whatever. But if they were going to throw a surprise in there, that's one where I'd be like, okay, I could see that. So just be ready, because you don't want to be one of those people that's like, oh, I missed out on test shot because nobody told me. Hey, sometimes surprises are good. So, and
I'll say this isn't, I wasn't really around for the earlier in stock sales that went like vicious piranhas and, like, I don't know if you've ever seen someone feed piranhas. It's intense. Like if it's like the reinforcements order 2 years ago, like it's going to last for a while. Now something's going to sell out first, and depending if limits they put on it will all depend on how long the stuff lasts. But unless it's something super rare, like Curtis is saying, like the test shots or something that's a surprise, I'd imagine most of the stuff is going to last at least a couple days. I'd imagine based on the reinforcements.
I don't know, man. Yeah,
reinforcements one drop lasted over a week, I think.
Yeah, I think some stuff will go.
Oh no! Some stuff will. I don't mean not everything will last a week, but I think some things will last a week.
Yeah. What do you guys, based on what's been announced so far, what's the first thing you think that drops off the board?
Valiant Knight.
Really?
Valiant Knight or the
Silverhorn
one of the Waltors.
I'm thinking my initial thought is Demistro, but I could definitely see Valiant Knight. I could definitely see Silverhorn Sentry. I think the Waltor, because there's two of them, it seemed like there was a bunch at Legion's Con. A bunch of people loaded up on Legions. I don't know that those will go as quick, especially without like the T-shirt and stuff like that. I think those might be there for a little bit, but I think Demistro will go quick. I think Silverhorn Sentry will go quick. I think Valiant Knight will go quick. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I don't think, like to your point, Jesse, I don't think it's going to be a bloodbath that's gone in 30 seconds kind of thing. But you definitely want to get on there, be on time, and get what you want and get out kind of thing. So
I would say, as far as the new actual reinforcement wave characters, I'd say either the Shadow Orc or the Phalanx, Vampire Phalanx, will be the first of those to go, because they have the new parts, or the newest part. Everything else is I don't think those are the only two that had new stuff, right? I mean, new sculpted things with it.
Yeah, I think so.
So
I wouldn't be surprised if that relic guard goes pretty quick, because
that's true.
People love Templars. Number one, I mean, it's just a fact. Like not everybody loves Templars, but they love them. Yeah, they love them enough that they move. They sell enough that they have to keep putting them in the line. And then on top of that, the way that he built that story, you're supposed to have like 12 of them. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people out there just, grabbing 12 of them first day. So, yeah.
That's fair.
Is there a limit?
I don't believe there is.
With reinforcements 1, there was. I think the first 24 hours, it was limit 12 of each type. They have not said it yet, but I know for the reinforcements, like the one in 2022, it was limited so many for the first day or two.
Yeah, even
and
Joe
then they
here
opened it up afterwards.
Everybody needs 12, right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, according to the lore, you gotta have 12 of those guys. So just saying.
Mine is going to be representative in like, I'm not going to have 1,000 Templars, so I'm not going to have 12 relic guards.
Gotcha. I'm definitely getting 12 of those. Actually, I'm probably going to get, like, if they allow you to get more than that, I'll probably get like 15 Templars, 12 for myself and 3 extras for whatever.
I might get 2 more just so I have 4, and then, build up some of my Templars with the Necronominus and All-Star 6 figures. But
that's definitely the thing that I want the most of.
I want to build up other parts of the army of Aetheron that aren't the Templars.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, yeah.
I don't think I need any more Demistros. I got the one that I need. I don't think that's one that I don't.
You haven't even taken it out of the box yet, unless you've done it since Friday night.
No, I haven't.
Get it out.
I've got plenty of the Cosmic Wall Tours. I still got a couple Skeleton Wall Tours left, so I think I'm good there. Valiant Knight, it's one of those. It's an awesome figure. I love it. If you don't have one, you should pick up one in the sale. I'll just say that right there. But I've got so many of those, like Enoch's and Elijah's coming, that I think Valiant Knight is just kind of a holdover until they get here, So, yeah. Joe says Gold Knight with Relic Tunic is awesome. That sounds like
pulling up stuff I already pulled up.
Yeah, I saw you pull it up, but you didn't say anything about it. I think that'd be interesting. I could see that.
All right.
Schmerber says Gold Knight is his guy. That with a Father Christmas helmet. That's true. I didn't think about that. You got those Father Christmas helmets you can pop on these things.
I did that. I have one of mine with the bucket, like the domed one, and I have the other Gold Knight with his helmet off, and I've got the original Whitebeard Father Christmas, since he's, it says they're the first. It's their first and last post.
Oh yeah.
So,
and is it like a perfect match? The 2 golds, the helmet and the body, or
I'd have to check. I think
enough?
There might be close enough that I'm not. It's not clocking in as, it's not like the Magnus to the Gold Knight, or it's not like the Magnus to the original Gold Knight armor. It's definitely more in line, because that was in the picture. Was that Kevin's picture with the Father Christmas with the 2 Gold Knights? Like that was the gold helmet that came with him on the new Gold Knight. So,
gotcha. Yeah, I would. Wholesome Warlock says a valid point. Valiant Knight is an appetizer. Yeah, like I said, if you don't have one, get one, because it is the most fun figure to just play with.
I
if
can't
you've
work
got
it into my shelf yet because I have too much fun playing with it.
Yeah, if you've got a
It's
bunch
so
of
awesome.
Gideons and Enochs and Elijahs and things like that coming, it's going to be the same thing, just with soft goods and more weapons and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know that you need 12 of them, but if you don't have one, definitely get one for sure. So, or if you've got some custom ideas and you don't want to wait for those other figures, definitely get them. But JG says, when's the Lee J and Blue Hagnon coming? Those are the retailer ones. I don't know when I thought those were supposed to come in with the Poxus stuff or around the same time. They said that those are going to be in soon. So I would imagine you start seeing those soon, but that's not going to be from the Horseman. You're not going to see that in this sale.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be
I was
surprised
thinking
if
February.
yeah.
Sorry, Dave, you were what?
He said he thought it in February.
I was thinking maybe February, probably February,
okay.
sometime in February.
I'm thinking they might, this is just me guessing, that they might be in the containers coming with the Poxus stuff. But like you said, that's coming from the retailers. So once it gets to the Horseman, it has to ship to the retailers and everything. Or I don't know how that side of the shipping works, but
yeah.
it won't be, they won't be in the February wave. I would, yeah.
Joe said he's getting 4 Valiant Knights. He's putting one for each good faction. So that's interesting. Just have, based on
5
the
good factions.
Well, I think he's not counting the, kind of the in between the House of Noble Bear. So, and then Joe Vasapolo says, great body for aftermarket soft goods. So,
yep.
Yeah, for sure. I actually just recently got another Valiant Knight that I bought from somebody, and I put the arms and legs on like the old school Templar tunic, and man, it really makes that pop. So yeah, I mean, that would be something if you want to get the Relic Guard in this and then get the Valiant Knight and put those arms and legs on it, dude. Yeah.
Joe, I'm assuming you're saying that about the
EJ and Blue Hagnon.
That they'll be shipping after Poxus. So I'm not going to make him come elaborate further. We'll just take that as that after Poxus.
Yeah. And then obviously the retailers will have to get it out depending on what their schedule looks like and stuff, and who you ordered through and all that kind of stuff. So, but cool.
Okay. So cool.
Beautiful.
Dave,
Yes,
I will
sir.
hopefully see you at ChrisCon. Hopefully I'll make it up to there to see you there. So I'll get to say hey to you between now and Legion's Con in person again.
Yeah.
Unless you make it down to any of the Philly, Jersey shows that I get to.
I would like to try. I'd
There
like
you
to
go.
try. I'll see if I can do that. Hopefully.
Anything else? Anything else? Do you have a Instagram or anything for folks to follow?
I don't have one yet. I've been wanting to do that so I can start taking photos and putting them out there, but I haven't put one up there yet. So I'm just on the cabal.
Okay. All right. So very cool.
But I had a question for you guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to know when you guys are going to do the painting thing again.
The painted up.
Painted up.
Yeah, painted up. Yeah.
We've gotten some people asking about that, and I think last year it was right around towards the end of summer time, Jesse.
It was right before the Reinforcements 2 initial drop. It was like September, early October, maybe.
So if we do it, that's probably going to be the time frame that it'll be again. I will say that it became a huge thing last year. Like we were expecting to just be me and Jesse putting in a few, figures and all this and that. And the response from the community was just huge. So it's a lot to manage, but it was definitely a lot of fun. It was definitely worth it because, we've heard from several folks that, we just did our customizing studio today. We do it every Sunday, and if you're in the cabal and you want to do the customizing studio, hit me up. We'll add you to the group. Probably going to do one tomorrow because I think some of us are off work for the holiday. But there's some folks in there that they got their start from the Painted Up Challenge. So yeah, definitely I would like to do it. It's like I said, it's just a lot of work. We're going to have to try to coordinate it. But I would guess if we do it, it'll be, towards the end of summer, beginning of fall kind of time period. But yeah, it was a ton of fun for sure.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Just seeing the response and everybody doing it was just so cool, because that was the whole thing. We wanted to see people like getting involved, painting stuff up, and so we'll see what shapes, but it's definitely something I think we definitely want to try to keep doing. Maybe it won't, not going to say it won't be, but a lot of those donations came from the studio, a lot of those figures. So I mean, a lot of them came right out of Curtis's warehouse too. Garage.
Yeah.
But
just on that point though, and Jesse, you can tag on this too. If you're out there and you didn't do the Paint It Up, maybe you're new to the community, maybe you're just checking out this show for the first time, this reinforcement wave that's coming up is a great opportunity to get into painting. If you never have, even if you're scared, you don't think you have the skill to do it, whatever those things are, those demons in the back of your head that are telling you can't paint, grab one of these figures at least and just try something. Try to paint some rivets, try to do some dry brushing, get a third party helmet and do some metal dry brushing on it. Trust me, you're going to have a good time. You may even find it to be, relieve some stress. You may find a bunch of buddies like we do in the customizing studio to hang out with, and you make some friends with it. Take a chance. Grab a figure for $25. For $25, you can't really buy fun for that money anywhere else. I don't know any other place you're going to spend $25 and get that much fun. So
I'm gonna throw this YouTube channel up here real quick. I hope they don't mind. I don't think they will. Actually, I'll just put it in the chat. That's probably better. If you folks, like you were just talking to the folks who are new, haven't painted before, Dwayne and Stevie started customizing last year after Legion's Con 22. Put a link in the chat there to their channel, Destination Stone. They've got a pretty big following. They're awesome people. We've had them on, and we got to get them on again sometime too. Yeah, but they've posted like the different stages of them going through painting over the course of the last year or so. So if you're nervous about it and you want to see someone else who's doing it for the first time, that's a great channel to watch. They do a lot of other.
It's his birthday today too.
Yes, I was getting to that. And it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Dwayne. Of course, Jeremy, Mythic Customs, he's got tons of like tutorial tips. Wolf King's got tips on their YouTube page, and there's a lot of other places you can find tips. And
Mythic Bennett is a great show on Thursdays that sometimes does some painting tutorials.
Sometimes that guy's a little flaky with his programming.
He has an amazing flocking one that he did. If you want to know how to flock, I'm telling you, that Mythic Bennett guy is the guy. So
thank you, Curtis.
But yeah, there's no shortage of help in the community for sure.
But if you're new to it and you're nervous, or you want to seriously, Destination Stone, like I know there's other ones, but I know specifically they've put like their whole painting process journey, a lot of the steps, and like you can see the progression of what they do now with everything. So it's just really cool to see someone just doing that out there. So
and the Cabal is full of people who will help you out.
Yep,
definitely,
totally. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah, I mean, there's great people that give you, tips.
Except
advice.
Where's my shipping notice?
Yeah, I mean, Dennis Derby is one that we've talked about a lot. I know Wholesome Warlock is here. He says, hashtag Dennis Derby saved my life. I mean, on top of giving you great painting tips and paint matches, he does save lives. I mean, Dennis is basically a modern day superhero. So yeah, you've got people like that in our community that are just willing to share and help out. So, the resources are available. Don't be afraid. Jump in, grab at least one figure, and get started. So, and like I said, if you're interested in that customizing studio, hit me up. We'll add you to the group. There's even a lot of chat within there. Like, even when we're not doing the studios, there's some chat about, what types of paints everybody uses. What do you use for sealer? What do you use for paint brushes? There's a lot of that kind of stuff that goes on as well. So, yeah, like I said, there's resources out there. Don't be afraid. Jump in. It's fun.
Yeah. And the nice thing is, if you get a reinforcement figure and you paint it and you don't like it, I've heard Joe Vasapolo flat out say, and I've never had to remove the paint or taken the time to do it. You can remove the paint and the factory paint will still be intact, barring you don't, take like steel wool to it or something. But
yeah,
you can clean those back off if you don't like what you've done. So
yeah. Dave, can you throw that that Dark Templar up again, just so people can see that? I mean, this was a Legion builder, folks. This was a $25 figure. Look at that. That thing looks straight out of a movie. All right. So I'm telling you, that's what you can do. So beautiful. So Dave, I know you talked about, possible shows and stuff. Anything else that people should be looking forward to, or, whether it's things that you're going to post in the Cabal, customs that you're working on, anything that they should be looking out for from you?
Yeah, I'm going to start. Like I said, I want to get going with some photography. I've done a little bit of Dio stuff. So I'd like to, do that and get that out there. Do some more customs, maybe, start selling off some customs. And I'm, painting heads and I'm doing all kinds of stuff now. So it's a lot of fun. Have people see it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And really, Dave, I would strongly encourage, start an Instagram, get this stuff out there. It's free. And it allows people to see your work. And then who knows, maybe you'll be on shelf selections here soon. Me, Jesse, and I will be talking about how we love your stuff. So especially if you're getting ready to get into photography, like it's just you know what? It's a great place to go back and look at your progress too. Like I never used Instagram before I got into the Cabal. And my kids, had started one for me years ago and I never did anything with it. And I just thought, I'm just going to start just putting my collection on there as I was starting to collect. And then as I started customizing, I started putting on there. And it's nice to just be able to go back and scroll back through it and see kind of the progression of your work and stuff, as well as just other people being able to see and appreciate it as well. So yeah, I would strongly encourage to start that up and let us know once you've got it going, because we definitely would like to promote it and get people to, follow you and see your work. So
totally.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. For sure.
And
Awesome.
any last words of advice, tips, encouragements, quippy sayings you want to leave folks with?
I'd like to say, I mean, if you're thinking about customizing and painting, just start doing it. Just like Curtis said, paint the dots, do some dry brushing. And I mean, the easiest thing to do is dry brush, silver on a figure and armor, so you just little by little, and you'll be amazed at the results, I think.
Yeah. So, throw some black on it, dry brush some silver, boom, you got metal. That's all there is to it, man.
So Smoke got him. The group the main group is obviously the Cabal, the Mythic Legions Cabal on Facebook. Curtis is talking about the Customizer Studio, which is because they don't do rooms anymore. It's like it's like a dedicated chat. So it's like through Facebook Messenger, and then they go live on Sundays, usually at 1 Eastern?
1 p.m. Eastern. We'll probably do one tomorrow for anybody that's off work. But yeah, just PM me, Curtis Ackerman in the Cabal. Or anywhere on Facebook, and I'll add you to the group. And, basically when we start a call, you'll see a little thing that says join up in the top corner of that chat. If you don't want to join, you don't have to. It doesn't do anything or whatever. But if you do want to join, you just hit that button and it pops in and you're on camera, and we're all on camera, and we're just working on our own different projects. So, yeah. Well, Dave, it was a lot of fun having you. We really enjoyed seeing you at Legions Con. Can't wait to see you. I probably won't see you till Legions Con this year. Jesse might see it at some other shows, but we definitely can't wait to see you again. And it's been just fun.
I can't wait to see you guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. It was a blast. I really appreciate it. And hope to see you guys again soon.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Maybe play the banjo for you.
There you go.
Yes.
So we're gonna put you in the back room. If you've got to go, that's fine. Definitely cool. But if not, hang out. We'll just be back with you after we close out the show, and we'll be right there.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay.
Yep. Thanks a lot.
All right, folks. Well, that was Dave Bennett.
That was fun.
Check him out for now in the Facebook Cabal Facebook group to see his posts in there. Well, we'll get him back on again maybe at some point, but I meant to ask him because I believe he brought his kid with him to Legion's Con. Dave, you're still there. Are you still
right
there?
here?
I'm still here.
Hey, I meant to ask you real quick. We don't have to get into a huge chat. You've been doing some of this with your kid, right?
Yeah. 2022, I brought my older daughter, and 2023, I brought my younger daughter.
Okay.
So
nice.
both of them had a blast. So
okay,
a lot of fun.
Cool. That's I guess
I might be bringing both of them.
Oh,
nice. Well, and
Very
we
cool.
appreciate that when we brought you on camera just now without you knowing that, like, you weren't like, picking your nose or doing anything weird.
You're lucky.
What's wrong with that?
You're lucky.
Huh?
No, we appreciate it. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I love the vibe at Legion's Con has been getting more and more like that. You see, I mean, I brought my wife this year. I brought my kid this year. You see a lot of folks that are kind of bringing their loved ones. And even if they don't have an attachment to the toys themselves, they fall in love with the community, and that's just a really cool aspect of it. So that's neat.
Yeah. My daughter did the painting thing with Jeremy.
Oh, cool.
This year.
Oh,
and
nice.
she loved it. Yeah. Yeah. She
Beautiful.
loved it.
Very cool.
So,
Nice.
And the good thing is that it's in the hotel. So if she gets tired and goes, up into the room, and then the nighttime fun starts.
There you go. Well, you know what that means,
Yep.
though? It means when this reinforcement sale goes off, you're going to have to buy a figure for her to paint. So
Yes, I will. She got a couple of figures at Legion's Con, so
yeah, okay.
she's starting with them. But yes, I think I do have to do that.
Gotcha.
That's
All
really
right.
cool.
Well, thanks, Dave. We're going to put you in the
Awesome.
back,
Thanks,
and we'll
Dave.
see you in just a minute.
I think we were talking about Legion's Con earlier, and that was one of the questions I might have blanked out on. So thank you, Dave, for coming back.
Yeah.
And thank you for switching your weeks because we were going to have Dave on next week. But there's a little scheduling hiccup with our guest for next week. So we were able to switch stuff around. So next week, folks, we've got Eric Treadaway from Four Horsemen Studios joining us here on the Shelve. Last year we had Cornboy. We've had a couple of the other, we've had Sherry and Cameron and Bill. I'm drawing blanks on names, other people.
Yeah, we still need to get
like
Chris and George and Joe Vasapolo and Diego.
Yes.
We still got a few more to go through, but
yeah. I mean, we had Vern and Jeremy and other
Big
folks.
Greg.
So Big Greg. So
Yep.
yeah, we'll have some more folks on as we keep going. But next week, Eric Treadaway. Not going to ask him about the dragon. And before you say it, Curtis, I'm going to repin the post, or I might recreate the post because I did screenshot all the comments from last time.
Cool.
I might just create a new post for questions for Eric. Matt Dooch, if you're listening to this, don't ask. Just don't douche it. Don't douche it.
Just don't douche.
Don't douche it.
But
yeah,
everybody else, if you've got a question for Eric, and specifically one that you have never, listen, Eric's done a lot of interviews. He's been on Jeremy's show a few times. He's been on a lot of these other shows. We've heard kind of the standard, tell us about your time at McFarland, tell us about this and that, blah, 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 blah. If there's something you've never heard him answer, something that you really want to know, truly want to know, and it's not like what's coming out in the line and when are we going to get this or when are we going to get that, but something you want to know about him as a person, what his hobbies are, what he collects, what is, just whatever, what motivates him, some of his heroes, whatever those things are, those questions that you've never heard asked or answered, throw them in that post that Jesse's going to do. We'll try to get to as many of them as we can that are appropriate, and try to get you guys some answers next week so that you're hearing some new stuff from Eric. We want to try to divulge some of Eric's secrets about himself. rather than secrets
You want
about
to get
the
into the
line.
layers of that onion, you know?
There you go.
And for folks that are new to the community, new to the line, new to this, and don't know a lot about Eric's past, like seriously, look up any of his shows with Jeremy on Mythic Conversations from the Mythic Customs channel. I almost said Mystic. And some of those other things where he talks about, like Curtis was saying, the time at McFarlane and how all that started. So those answers are out there. So we might, I'm sure some of that stuff might just come up naturally in conversation, but we'll try to get into some new stuff and just have fun and enjoy the conversation. So.
And I did want to bring up one more thing before we close out the show. We talked about having Treadaway on next week, and we started, last year we started the year with Cornboy. Cornboy was on the My Wife Is Going to Kill Me podcast today. He called into the show. He's back in the hospital. He's been having. I'm not divulging anything that he didn't share with everybody, but he's been in and out of the hospital since early November. So please keep him in your thoughts, your prayers. Cornboy is a huge part of this line that we love and this community that we love. He is the one horseman that is very upfront and out in front of the community. I saw the other day somebody had posted something asking about Motu 2000X character. And whether something was a design choice or an error or whatever. And he popped in and answered that question. And it's not too many companies that you get those answers directly from the people that are making these figures. So he's definitely been one that's always out there with the community. So keep him in your thoughts, keep him in your prayers. It does sound like he's getting the nurses are bringing him some cookies and donuts every day. So he's got a little bit of that going on, and he got a few laughs, I think, today from the My Wife Is Going to Kill Me guys. But we just wish him a speedy recovery, and we hope to see him, safe and healthy at some shows this year, to where we can just show him how much we love him. And he did really thank the studio for kind of picking up, some of the slack while he's been gone, and also just checking in on him and stuff. So like I said, just love Cornboy. He's an amazing guy, and we just wish him the best. So
yep, I can't add anything extra onto that. Yeah, get better, Cornboy. We'll see you soon. Trevor rolling in with, I'm assuming this is talking about Legion's Lounge episode 1 featuring Eric Treadaway. So you can check out Legion's Lounge on the 1/6 Shooter channel as well for an interview with Eric.
Now,
so yeah.
Before we go though, if Trevor's still there, was that on YouTube? Because I didn't they start their show on Instagram first for a while and then they went to YouTube. So Trevor, if you're there, if you could just let us know whether people can find that on your YouTube or if they have to go to Instagram for that. Because I don't know if you started numbering the episodes after you went there or what. But yeah, he's done several interviews and so check him out. And he's, another thing we've talked about it before, but his sculpting sessions at Intern, so amazing. The Kent Pool Collects, if you go to his YouTube or Big Dub Squeeze It, both of them did recordings of his sculpting session this year at Intern. Really awesome to watch too. So check that out. Trevor does say that it's on YouTube, episode 1. So feel free to check that out. If there's anything that you feel like you did not get from there, let us know. We'll go from there. So.
And I just threw the link to that. I don't know if it's clickable for folks, but it is in the chat there. Okay. But it is, if you just go to the 1/6 Shooter, go to the live shows, go to the oldest one, that it's right there. Yeah.
And that's a great show too. Legion's Lounge. If you're not checking that out, it's got Trevor and Bill. Really good show. So
what was that about dead horses?
All right, folks. Well, hey,
Chris, that's not dead. I'm keeping it alive.
Yeah.
Like
we enjoyed it. We had a great guest. We had a lot of fun. And until next time.
Oh, wait. What's on your shelf?